Nosferatu caught you running.
No, they caught both of us. They caught me and Finn.
Yeah, but we were out there because of you.
Life isn't perfect.
I know, and they're ranting. I'm letting them rant.
Keep arguing while the audience gets to watch the behind the scenes.
I'm just saying it's all VW's fault if we get into more complications with the Camarello and the good old Inquisition.
Yeah, but Fitz didn't have to go to the Camarilla. That's all.
No.
It's okay. It's okay. You're both beautiful.
He kind of did because
you're both beautiful.
The Nosferatu Camarilla caught you running in the street, and we were only out in the street because of your ass.
That's okay. And you were shopping.
Right.
I was shopping. I wasn't breaking any code or anything.
No,
I wasn't even fucking. I haven't met any of these people, so it's definitely not my fucking fault. I can say that.
Okay, it's your fault Omen's around, though.
It's not my fucking fault he got into the basement, VW.
Hey guys, can I introduce the game?
No, we're changing.
No,
this is the show now.
Okay, hi guys.
VW's fault.
Welcome to Jackal and Hare Podcast Hour, where we talk about what happened
it's
in previous
15 minutes
sessions.
of just chatting, remember?
Then we're never getting to where we need to go. Hi. Shut up. I love my players dearly. I'm glad that I'm very happy that they're very passionate. But hi. Welcome to Jackal and Hare. Minus Hare. Hare is dealing with something for a hot second, but he will be back shortly. But today we are playing Vampire at the Disco, our 1970s VTM 5th edition game, where our fledglings are in the middle of the countryside of England, out on a completely normal holiday where nothing bad is going to happen. In fact,
taking a vacation.
You guys are on holiday. Yeah, you guys are on holiday. You're having a time in the middle of early April where it's still snowy and gross and windy, and snow's really bad for vampires. But we'll get to that later.
There's a lot of shit that's really bad for vampires. I'm starting to think not a lot's very fucking good for vampires.
Have this discussion.
Yeah,
oh shit, am I gonna have to wear shoes today if we go out in the woods and fight this thing?
You wore shoes the moment you left the Haven. I will say that. There is no arguing. You wore shoes when you left the Haven.
There is no way Conan is gonna let you on the nice carpet with the grimy ass feet.
Conan knows who I am.
It's been infected and stained a million times over.
Yes, he does know who you are. Just as a precursor, guys, I say this to you and the audience every time. Vampire the Masquerade can cover a whole bunch of super dark topics and themes. I don't know if we're going to be... No, we're definitely going to be hitting one of those themes. But we try to use safety tools and whatnot, and content warnings.
What theme are we hitting today?
I think we're gonna hit
murder.
When we get there, right. I'll let you guys know.
We'll get there when we get there.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But we tend to use content warnings and stuff like that, and it's just mostly just to keep you guys safe, and to keep the audience safe, so everyone feels good about things. So that being said, let's go around the board. And I would love for everybody to tell me who you are playing, what clan they are, and what is one thing your character looks forward to every night when waking up. And we'll start with Var, who put popcorn in her mouth. I was waiting for it.
Yeah, I know. Hi, I play as Vanessa the Bruja, and the first thing that pops into my mind is, when is she gonna go back to sleep?
Oh,
this is the first thing.
Like, no dreaming, no nothing. When do I go back into torpor for the day?
Go back. She's not happy with her current predicament right now, so I guess not being kinda fully dead.
I mean, you're very dead. You're not a thin blood where you're kind of in that weird like.
Well, I mean, kind of like dead, as in you're in the ground over there.
Yeah, you're undead. Huh.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be great. Everything will be fine for Vanessa. I'm sure. Sure, it's not like we're out here for Vanessa or anything, but it's fine. We're fine. Moving on. Let's go to Andromeda. It looks like she's on her phone.
I am. I'm promoing.
Oh, okay. You're excused then.
Thank you, Professor. No, this isn't. This is my break from school for the week. I'm VW. I play a Tremere, and as we've established, everything is VW's fault, and every day she wakes up, she has a new issue to deal with. So I don't really think she looks forward to anything when she wakes up. If anything, the sweet release of sleep is fantastic, man.
Great. I love how the two girls can't wait to just go back into death.
Sweet release of sleep.
Michael, liven up the coterie here.
Yeah, Jesus, this sucks. Hi, my name is Michael. I'm playing Jackson Preen, the Vampire Queen, Shepherdess Inn and all that. Peacock and Clamrock. Sorry, I just found out that Baldur's Gate 3 ends, and I'm mad. Anyway, he he's a Toreador, of course. A new club owner, a proprietor of sorts, of an entertainment venue. What he's looking forward to most recently when he wakes up is seeing his passion realized, seeing his vision come to life with red shag carpets and golden cages for go-go dancers.
Oh, the red shag carpets. I didn't know that.
Oh, God.
Just in the VIP section.
You gotta hide the bloodstains.
I was gonna say
this is why Vanessa just wants to go back to sleep. Until she has to actually start her security job.
She just doesn't want to look at any of this stuff.
It's all awful.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that the carpet's gonna be super cushy. Like, it's gonna be super soft under...
Right, and then it's gonna get stained, and then someone's gonna have to clean it, and Jackson's probably gonna look at Vanessa.
Hey, you're...
Or we'll hire a fucking cleaning... No, VW's the cleaner. What else is
it's
she
gonna get
doing?
stained automatically because she doesn't wear shoes. You're right.
No, our floors drink blood, guys. I haven't figured out why yet, but our floors drink blood.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. We got that
dirt.
very helpful janitorial ghost.
But do it eat dirt?
Their haven is haunted, in case you guys are wondering. But the Coterie hasn't sussed out how it's haunted yet.
I don't even think everybody knows that it's haunted yet.
Just VW,
No.
I think, right now, because...
I'm like, yeah, that's weird.
Because Tremere problems. But thank you, Michael. As the lovely Toreador, I look forward to what Jackson is going to do very much outside of his element in the middle of nowhere. So, moving on to last but not least.
It's what do I look forward to when I wake up?
Yes, one thing your character looks forward to every night when you wake up.
Not every night.
Oh, it's alright. One night.
Jeez, this is tough. I don't know, honestly. I don't want to be depressed. Oh, wait. First of all, my character's name is Fitzgerald Winters. He is the resident Malkavian of the group. There's always one. What he looks forward to is, I think right now is discovering new things. Sort of like about the world that he's currently been embraced into. Mm-hmm. I think his need for knowledge and having he has a desire to know everything so that he can sound pretentious when he talks about things, right? Mm-hmm. And he doesn't know everything yet, so every day so far for him has been, I'm learning something new about the world that I'm currently in right now, and knowledge is power, and only the powerful survive. So that's my logic here. The more you know, and knowing's half the battle. So that's what Fitzgerald is looking for. It's kind of a dweeby answer, but right now that's the only good answer I have right now for him.
It's completely and utterly logical, and it makes sense for a character of his caliber to want nothing but that.
Yeah.
So
very reasonable.
Very reasonable. So now that is done and over with, guys, I spoke with the narrator real quick, and he got lazy with the in-between story bits. He almost felt as if you guys should have handled the encounter faster. And he wants you guys to give the cliff notes on what happened.
What's he know? He's talking about it. He's talking about it from the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, i.e. Julian wrote this 2 weeks ago and we didn't get to it.
So, He would love it.
Hey, if he's not gonna do his fucking job, I'm not gonna do it for him. I got better things to do. Let's just start the episode.
Think of the audience.
Fuck the audience.
And that's why Jackson Preen's dead. No, just kidding. Basically give us the highlights of what your character did before heading off to Cannock Chase.
Is there a momentum pool in this game? You want to sweeten the pot a bit?
There's no momentum.
Just kidding.
I know what I did. Okay, Fitzgerald, before going to Cannock Chase, when he woke up last time, he had experienced. What are you doing? None of that happened last session. That happened the session before. Okay, so Fitz wanted to opt to go into finding out what's going on with his own loft, his home, because he wanted to go pick up some things essentially for the camping trip, like extra clothes, especially because the ones that he had are burnt for some reason. A little crispy.
Wonder why.
So he wanted to go over there and get some things, and what he discovered was his parents emptying out his loft home. And he saw evidence of his mother crying, sobbing, and his father saying something along the lines of, "We knew that this could happen," which was a very curious thing that that I really stuck on after the game. And I won't explain why, but essentially it made me question a few things about my family as a whole. Which makes sense because Fitz's uncle is the prodigal son of the Inquisition, as in he is like one of the best vampire hunters out there. And I think that expands a little bit on Fitz's curiosity about why is it my family is in this situation, and also why was he picked to be changed by the Anarchs too. That's really what's
He
stuck
also
out.
had a funny vision of the future, as Malkavians do.
He saw evidence of like his parents being different. Like he saw his father covered in tattoos and his mother looking older and sad. Mm-hmm. And stuff like that. So that was essentially what Fitz saw, and then he kind of took some of his clothing and books out from the moving truck and left. He did not actually approach his family. He just kind of let that one slide because there were more questions than before that he wanted to ask and answer before approaching that. So that's what he did.
Cool, awesome.
And then try to just be as non-confrontational as possible all the way to Cannock Chase.
Totally fair. Who wants to volunteer next?
Well, I know Jackson had a lot of kind of mixed things happen last session. So one of the first things I think was
you killed somebody.
Was that one of the first things?
No,
that
was the second thing.
That's what I thought. Yeah, well, the first thing I think we had was a convo with Vanessa about what to do about the security situation.
Yeah, that was it.
We're like, let's just turn them into ghouls.
Yeah, but he ultimately left it up to Vanessa. Therefore, he has deniability just in case shit goes wrong. But yeah, pretty immediately after that, he got fucking super gungy all of a sudden. I can't remember exactly why that was, but he got pissed off and hungry.
I think you kept failing your rouse checks.
Because...
Was that all it was?
I think it was, because...
When you were doing some of your disciplines, I think.
You go and visit Sig.
I did go and visit Siegfried. Like, that was another thing that he did solo, which is, he went to go visit Rosalind and Siegfried to see how the fucking cover story was coming along. Spoiler alert, fucking poorly, because Siegfried doesn't know how to lie, I guess, or pretend. So he basically he puts the fear of God into him, and God in this instance is Jackson, and says, "You best fucking straighten up, or I will kill you way sooner than I planned to."
And it was kind of like erotic because Jackson like lifted him up by the collar.
Yeah.
And pinned him against a tree.
Yeah.
And then you failed a roll to scare him.
No, I succeeded the scare roll.
You did succeed the scare roll, just not as much as
I should have or wanted to.
As you would against someone who does not have true faith.
Yes. And then I let him drink, and through a series of all that bullshit, Jackson got very hangry and went to go visit his flock. In doing so, he drank a bit too greedily and too deep can't even remember his name anymore, but he's dead now.
I guess you can't remorse him if you don't remember his name.
Chad!
Yeah, I know it was Chad. It was a joke. You can't remember. You can't forget a name like Chad.
And while that was happening in one hotel room,
oh God,
something else was happening in another hotel room.
Yeah, I don't know why that happened, but it happened.
It did happen at the same time.
Hate sex without the sex because I can't have it.
You can fake it.
I can fake it. And
I'm the only one that can have sex.
Yeah.
Without much problems.
Well, like they can, at least they can like roll and fake it. Like I really can't. Like I'm the lowest, man. I'm the lowest. But I went to go talk to Omen, the guy in Jackson's band who discovered the basement, because I had to explain why we had coffins and blood magic going on down there because I didn't lock the door. Yeah, and that he seduced me with blood. I was weak.
You were hungry.
I was hungry.
Good devil's blood.
I was hungry, and he's got some kind of magic blood in him. I don't know what he is, but he got magic blood, so... And then we went and saw my sire, we being Jackson and I, on our way to Cannock Chase. Everyone found out VW doesn't wear shoes, which is not news. Talked to my sire. Didn't have a lot of information for Cannock Chase, but I'm sure it'll still be fine. Everything will work out fine. 100%. Got some other news. Nothing important right now. We're gonna go kill something.
Fair enough. I'm pretty sure that'll all be something that VW and Jackson can talk to when you guys meet back up. But before that, what did Vanessa do before you guys headed up north?
I wanted to go talk to the hunt, specifically Jem, because that's the only one that I know, and that's the only one I know. Try to kill me. Those are details, right?
They didn't try to kill you, they just shot you in the shoulder. It's fine.
To get my attention, then we went through a burning building, which could have killed me. But that was part 1 of the test. Cannock Chase was part 2. So Vanessa was basically just asking her, like, hey, what am I going to expect up there? Is it okay if I bring my friends? And they were like, yeah, sure, just make sure that the hunt knows that you killed it by, like, doing a little marker or whatever. I can't be replicated or something.
That you do the final blow, basically.
Yeah. And they spent a nighttime rooftop talking about other mythological creatures and what to do with them and how bad they are on various levels, as well as like slightly talking about Jem's past. And then they went off to go get Vanessa like a hunting knife to be like a signifier and stuff. And it's silver, so that's cool.
Yeah, good thing silver's not bad for vampires. Otherwise, that would...
Only some.
Only some vampires, yeah, you gotta have the mythic flaw for that. But, good job, everybody. The narrator is thrilled with your guys' clip notes. Especially the part with BW and Omen, I'm sure.
Shit, the narrator's Omen. I can't believe.
No. No. But let's, also, one of the last things that happened is that on the way back from Wolverhampton to Cannock Chase, VW and Jackson encountered something on the road. Thankfully, they did not hit it.
A big fucking dog.
A big Black Dog.
Aomi. Or Kiva. What the fuck did I just say?
Kaomi. That's how we
Kaomi.
were. That's how I actually say it in my brain, so I can actually spell it correctly.
Kaomi,
I-
fucking hell.
I say Chaume.
It's not, the fucking I is after the A and the O.
I know, but
I just don't even like look it up. Like I don't even type it out. I have to look up to like what someone else spelled because I forgot every single damn time.
It's okay.
Fucking Americans.
It's fine. So
I put alcohol in my ginger ale, so I'm good. I'm ready.
Okay, I'm very glad because you might need it. So while Jackson,
I also put vodka in. I am also drinking vodka. Huh? Get it? Cause water.
Water, yeah.
Ha
Fits Vanessa. All right.
Yeah.
While it doesn't take very long as you guys are in your little not Airbnb, your bed and breakfast. Airbnb didn't exist yet. It's the 1970s.
It's just a B&B.
It's a B&B. It doesn't take long before you guys kind of start going towards blocking out the two modest-sized windows in your room. Because if you guys intend on staying here during the day in any capacity, any amount of sunlight coming in will be a rude awakening before you die.
Yeah.
And as you guys kind of start setting up to do that, it's almost depressing as you do this, considering that the old woman who gave you the room had your space facing a small garden courtyard that's likely meant for afternoon tea and snacks.
Damn, we had a good view too. Dang.
You had a really good view. She specifically picked that room out for you guys. And that afternoon tea and snacks will probably be nothing you'll ever experience ever again.
I guess I can actually eat it though because I have 8 humanity.
That's true. And if you
with
keep
the blush of life.
If you keep getting more humanity, then you can definitely.
And you can also wake up an hour earlier, so maybe you can get it.
I can do it too, me and Fitz gonna go have some tea outside together, a little bonding.
You're definitely gonna burst into flames. You with humanity 6.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
Gotta wait for me
It's
to
not
get to
a thing.
Golconda a little more. We can have night tea together.
No,
Night tea.
we're not gonna have tea.
That's
ever.
not a thing because it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, like that's not a thing because it's not gonna happen.
Just boil the blood. It's fine.
What I would like from you guys is that. I just realized I gotta change all my windows real quick. I would love, as you guys are blocking out the windows, I would love for someone to roll for me a dexterity and craft to see how well you set up the extra blankets up on the old metal curtain.
I got
rods.
none of those things.
I have 1 craft and 2 decks.
I have 2 decks and no craft, so I think you're gonna be the
Alright.
better one of the 2 of us.
Okay. Give me a roll.
Where the hell's decks? There it is. There. Okay.
Okay, good.
My hunger die.
It's
It's
totally.
like looking a little sus, but it's not crit.
It's okay. And Vanessa's not the imposter. Vanessa, how do you go about in blocking out the windows in a manner that doesn't make the curtain rods break from these very kind of thin, you assume to be ancient cottage walls?
First she's gonna. If there's no staple gun, she's gonna get a little creative with shoving decorations up against the wall, such as like dressers and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and just like pulling it taut enough that it like.
Oh,
sticks
that
to the
makes
wall.
sense. So we moved like the big dresser so that way it pins the curtains
Yeah.
on the corners.
That makes sense. Totally. Yeah, you can do that, and you can kind of shift some things around. It makes a little noise, but you're fairly certain that around this time of year, no one's coming to this tiny village. And if anyone's going to come in that area, they're going to go to Birmingham and not Cannock Chase.
Probably with the count of murders. That's the.
Yeah, there is the whole thing of people are getting fucking murdered in this
Wait,
town.
you guys don't know that yet.
Well, they did say something was going on here, so I can only assume. If there's the only thing that could be going on here is old people.
Speaking of old people, Fitz, as you're kind of inspecting Vanessa's work,
What a dig.
undoubtedly, you hear a knock at the door.
Just a moment.
You don't hear anything in response, but you
Okay.
assume that whoever knocked on your door is waiting patiently.
Okay.
Wait.
I will go towards the door because I can only assume it's just the old owner of this B&B asking me if we need anything. That's what I'm hoping for. So I'm just gonna kind of open the door slightly and just be in the way
Okay.
of the door. I'm not opening this bitch open like, woo! No, that's not happening.
Exposing the weirdness that's happening inside the room. You open it, and you're right, Fitz. It's the short, elderly woman who checked you all into the bed and breakfast by the name of Mrs. Acker.
After?
Acker.
Acker.
She's rather squat with thick Coke bottle glasses, but her hair is still pulled up in a kind of like a perfect updo. She wears a floral dress where the patterns are almost entrancing, judging on how one flower bleeds into another. You're sure it's something VW would wear in her old age if you knew she'd get old.
She's still gonna get old.
just not in that way.
She's just not gonna look old.
It's gonna take a second.
And she'll say, Mr. Winters, is everything all right?
Yes, everything's okay here.
I just wasn't sure. I was walking by and checking the pansies. I noticed that the windows are quite darker than... She's kind of like trying to peer around you. A touch darker than the curtains that I had set. Are they not to your liking?
No. I have plans on going out.
Photography.
In the evening for my stay here. So we are just adjusting things so that way during the day we can sleep because our plans are sort of doing evening research.
All right then. Sorry for asking, but you might want to take caution. And she has in her hand a newspaper, and she kind of offers it out to you. And she'll say, "It's morning paper, but I figured it should still suffice to know the news. I don't really pay much attention to that sort of stuff."
Oh, well, most of it is trivial, am I right?
Certainly, but the headline did catch my eye.
Let's look at the headline then.
The headline will read, "Tragic accident. Man fights for his life at Cannock Chase Hospital. Police still investigate second disappearance this month." Do you read further?
Sure.
Fitz, you know how to skim read pretty quickly.
Yeah,
And
I'm a college student.
You're a college student.
We don't
right?
read textbooks.
No. You kind of skim through, and you find in the article it explains a Mr. Bransbury had a faulty brake pedal and wrapped himself around a telephone pole at the speed that
ATV accident. Bad.
ATV accident. Yeah, he got bit by a copperhead. Taylor's not here to.
That's fucking
In this
ridiculous.
weather?
In this
In
weather.
this weather?
I know, right? But
In
what
this hemisphere too?
what it kind of lists in the article is that he was going at a speed that wasn't authorized in that area. Very small, narrow roads. It was going down a hill and the like. And as you kind of look forward for looking for the information about missing girls cases, you'll note that there are investigators who are on the case.
On the case.
And who have recently interrogated a man by the name of Raymond Leslie Morris, the man who was convicted for the 1960s murders in that area. But it is said that he's given little to no help as he still maintains his innocence.
Is he arrested? Like, is he like in jail?
He's incarcerated.
He's incarcerated?
He's already incarcerated by this point.
Probably in a different jail.
Probably, yeah.
Probably not in the area.
probably very far away from Cannock Chase, but you know.
Maybe.
Probably, yeah. He's in the United States for some reason.
Oh.
No kidding.
Plot twist.
Interesting.
But as you kind of like you're lost in your paper, Mrs. Acker will kind of say, if you're looking for more information, you might want to hit up the pub if you're not too busy on your night. It's typically one of the few places that are well, a touch lively at this time.
That makes sense. Perhaps I will.
Wonderful. If there's anything you need, you can check at the front desk.
Yes, thank you so much.
And she kind of like, she gives you like a small pat. She's like, just like a little old loving woman. And she kind of goes,
such a good boy.
Well, she's about to say that until she touches your hand. And then she goes, whew, might have to change the heating. And she kind of walks off.
Oh, dearie, you're gonna catch your death.
Gonna catch your cold.
She's 1,000% a hag.
Just because you used a hag doesn't mean that Julian's using a hag, and just because Julian has
Hags are real things.
in the game, probably.
Vanessa knows about awful fey creatures.
I can't believe we have to kill.
There's
the
many
woman.
awful fey creatures.
Yeah, bring back the head of this old woman.
You guys just do that instead.
Just call it a night.
Fitz will sort of close the door behind him, holding the paper, and says, looks like whatever nasty is here has been very busy.
What do you mean?
Missing children.
Okay.
I can only assume that 2 children within a short amount of time being taken in such a small town like this. Foul play must be afoot. Of some sort.
One has, like, it happened. Night? Day?
During the evening?
There's no indicator. If you spend a little bit more time in the article, there is no indicator on when these kidnappings or disappearances might have happened. However,
When was the last time the kids were seen?
The last time that they were seen was on Walker Rise, which, if you look back, that's right around the area where Mr. Bransbury got into his accident. And last time these girls were seen was around dusk.
Could be much of anything, I suppose. Assuming that all beasties are real.
Well, it must not really be afraid of people if it's willing to go out into the middle of the street.
Are you afraid of people?
Always.
I'm just saying, we're monsters in our own right. And I think we're relatively comfortable around people. So, it could look like them, or it could not. Just an idea. We don't know what exactly is here, right? We just know something is here.
Well, I heard that there was talking about a pub. We can go see what rumors have been about finding clues. Maybe go back to
I hate pubs.
where that accident happened.
I absolutely hate pubs. But fine. We can go to a pub. Wonder where the others are. Shouldn't take them that long to get back here.
Smash cut to the car in a tree. Because we swerved to fucking avoid the dog.
Thankfully, you guys didn't crash the car, and that was probably the biggest thing that was going to determine whether or not you guys were going to get back fast enough to help. It probably would beseech you if you guys wanted to go to the pub. You guys could probably head there and get back in time for BW and Jackson to reconvene.
Sure, let's go. What's the worst that's gonna happen?
What's the worst that's
They're gonna expect us to drink. And we're gonna puke.
No.
So
Look, I've Fitz has probably dealt with enough people trying to goad him into doing things that he doesn't want to do.
Looks to Louis. But
Well, that doesn't count. I'm bloodbound to him.
it's like I have no free will.
I don't have any free will when it comes to that part, but
It's okay.
in most situations, Fitz is pretty good about saying, no.
However, if you guys do want to present more human to the likes of who would be at this pub, and to be able to imbibe a little bit before needing to expunge it later that night, you guys can do arouse checks for Blush of Life. If you so choose.
Would probably be better.
I don't know. I really don't want to risk it right now. I am at 3 hunger.
I'm at 2, so
Really not feeling comfortable risking getting a 4th hunger right now.
Well,
So
because once you get 4th hunger, then the beast is definitely... The beast is already breathing down your neck, but it's breathing down your neck a lot heavier at 4.
yeah. Well, that's when I start bleeding from places, so I don't really want to do that.
Yeah, I forgot. You have that silly stigmata thing.
Astigmatism.
Stigmatism.
That's why I wear glasses. Anyway, let's go off to that.
Okay.
To that pub.
Sure. Vanessa, are you going to do the Blush of Life, or are you going to hold on to it?
not until I need it.
Not until you need it. Okay, cool. You guys head on down to the pub. It does not take you too particularly long, maybe like a short 10-minute walk. And you eventually get to this old kind of dingy pub. Vanessa, you've been to enough pubs since you've kind of been in the UK. You're used to what you see in London. This kind of almost feels like very quaint small town.
This is like that diner kind of dive bar kind of look.
Pretty much. And there are some modern fixtures as you guys walk in. There's a brand new neon sign outside of the joint, so that's kind of cool. And there's a jukebox in the back that's playing probably some tunes from the 1950s. And as you look around, you kind of get the feeling why this kind of music is playing. And you see a group...
Old people everywhere.
A group of individuals. A lot of them are definitely a little bit up there in age. And this looks like your stereotypical, I just got done with work. I'm coming to the pub because there's nothing else better to do. And yes, I made a Stardew Valley reference, kind of, sort of. But as you guys kind of head in, are you guys going to try to blend in right away? Or are you guys just going to kind of try to do a listen?
I mean, can't you blend in and listen?
Yes, but that requires 2 rolls.
Damn.
Saloon doors swing open, the jukebox stops.
Yeah, pretty much.
I will just do a listen. I don't really care if I blend in or not.
Okay.
Because my family has been here multiple times.
That's true,
for
yeah.
summer vacation, so if they're like, "Oh, the Winter's boy," like, I don't really give a shit.
That's fair. I will say that you have probably been, fuck it. Roll for me a d4.
GM says you're gonna die. Roll a d6. 2.
You've been to Cannock Chase twice. So, enough times. Maybe someone might remember you. Maybe, if they try hard enough. Vanessa, are you trying to blend in, or are you just going to do a listen and just stick by Fitz?
I'm thinking, I'm gonna do a blend in.
You're going to do a blend in, okay. So, I would love for you to roll for me probably composure and etiquette.
What is that? I don't think I have etiquette, honestly. I do. Look at that.
Hey.
Oh,
Maybe
maybe.
it's not a critical because it's not 2 10s, but it's definitely 2 successes. So you
The
definitely
210 thing is really tough.
it depends on how big your dice pool is. I feel
Statistically speaking, I think it's very
tough. But you blend in, and I'd probably say that you probably blend in because you are able to just kind of just go in with the general customs. You don't look at anybody, dead in the eyes. You kind of stick generally near and around Fitz, because Fitz has probably mentioned that you've been here before, or that Fitz has been here before. And I would love for both of you guys now, as nobody seems to kind of bat an eyelash at you both, roll for me wits and awareness.
Wits and wages.
wits and wages.
I was just watching Michael for them to unmute.
Wits and wages.
I got a 1.
Cool. Okay.
You did it.
And you did it. Cool. Awesome. You both succeed. And you guys kind of generally hang around not so much the bar, but more kind of the jukebox to kind of maybe suss out if there's any kind of new music. But it also gives you guys an opportunity to listen to the largest group at the one corner of the bar.
Okay.
And you'll hear that they're kind of talking amongst themselves.
Rabble.
They're basically
Rabble.
they're bouncing off the 2 big topics that were in the newspaper.
The paper.
And you'll hear that they're talking about how it's such a shame George isn't here. I heard he's not gonna make it. Don't say that, and all that kind of. They should sound a lot older than I just did, but.
Cursed.
You basically catch that George Bransbury was one of those individuals that always came to the pub.
Oh, this is Cheers.
Yeah, right. I'm ruining their own sitcom, by putting George Bransbury in dire danger. And he was always there after work to get a pint. And he was always the fellow that looked out for other people and was always careful, even more careful when driving, to the point that infuriates some of his peers. Getting himself wrapped around a telephone pole doesn't make sense for him, especially on such a narrow street with a steep hill. And one person you hear actually says, I wonder if the old Grim got him. And you hear the whoop, and you'll hear one of the other guys go, shut up, man's on his deathbed. Just trying to make some light.
Grim.
If you want to think about what that entails, I would love for you or Vanessa to roll for me an intelligence plus occult.
I have no occult.
I don't have any occult either, but
I have 4 intelligence.
Var does, but Vanessa doesn't.
I have 4 intelligence, so
Better than nothing.
better than nothing.
Survey says.
1.
Okay.
Do I have to also roll?
If you would like to.
Okay.
Do you feel lucky, punk? Well, do you?
We both succeeded for hunger.
Excellent. You guys kind of look at each other when you hear the term grim being thrown around. And you guys understand base level of what a grim is. It's a big black dog, and when you see it, you fucking die shortly after.
I thought that was that green motherfucker from Dr. Seuss.
I thought we were talking about
We're gonna
Clifford,
die.
the big red dog.
This is not Clifford the big red dog. No, this is Grim the big black dog.
Yeah.
That almost killed Jackson Preen, Vanity Queen, Shepherd of
It
Glamrock.
says shortly after.
Well, if legend
Yeah,
goes
no,
right, they're gonna
no.
die.
I'm already dead, bitch.
Nailed it.
Dead-er.
Advanced deafness.
Fun. Cool. So
So that's what you guys kind of like. You're just like, all right, well.
that sounds like to Fitz. That sounds superstitious. More like they're talking about it in a superstitious kind of way, not like a literal kind of way.
Mm-hmm. However, Vanessa, you know, based on all of the things that Jem prattled on about for hours on end, that there might be some validity to that. So that can denote maybe checking out the area if you so choose.
Yeah, Vanessa's idea was to visit the crime scene.
The scene of the crash.
The scene of the crime. Do you guys continue to listen in? Or do you guys want to try to engage the humans?
Ew.
I don't like engaging humans even when I was alive. So
Who engages humans in a bar too? So like
let's be.
Especially a bunch of drunk humans.
I'm just saying, like from
Right?
Fitz's perspective, he didn't even like encroaching upon like human normal people conversation anyway.
I mean, I will say because they're not really paying mind to you guys that you can keep listening in if you want.
Sure, let's keep listening.
Okay. Give me another. What the fuck did I have? Wits and awareness.
Wits and wagers.
Wits
Got
and-
it.
Wits and
Wits and wags.
wagers. Nope, I have already checked out. See, because Fitz is just like, I don't like this.
Fitz is like, splish, splash, I was taking a bath. He's focused on the music at this point.
I'm contemplating
Well, I got
changing
two.
it. I'm contemplating changing it to some classical music to really kill the vibe of this whole place.
Oh, there are.
You think there's classical
No.
music on the fucking jukebox in Piss Whittle?
Piss Whittle. Is that the name of the pub?
Well, you might as well be.
Sure.
And bright
Yeah.
neon lights outside.
Piss Whittle.
I will say, Vanessa, you keep listening in, and they kind of the men kind of shift as the bartender kind of slapped another round of drinks down and kind of tells them to shove off, talking about Mr. Bransbury, and that if any of them actually cared about Mr. Bransbury, that they should actually go to the hospital to basically give him their well wishes. And you guys actually passed it on your way in. There is a hospital. It's just called Cannock Chase Hospital. So that's second location that you have pinged off in your head. But the guys will kind of like begrudgingly kind of like, you know, they drink and mutter to each other, and then they start going like full conspiracy theory territory. When they start talking,
The time you tune out.
well, no, you don't want to, because this is when they start talking about these disappearances, and the men will actually speculate that they feel like there was a second murderer after the Monster of Cannock was apprehended. And you and Fitz know this as Mr. Morris.
One on the grassy knoll.
Well, yeah, sure.
Yeah, fucking hell.
And that the disappearance
Of the girls.
and murders of 4 young girls happened between 1965 to 1967. And that they feel like the second murderer just took their time waiting long enough for her to start back up again. And they'll talk about 2 of the girls that went missing. One of which is Elena Griff and Everly Gordon. One is 13 and one is 12. And they were walking from the library up near where Mr. Bransbury got into his accident. And one of the bar regulars makes a snide comment then. And he says that he suspects that those lousy butchers who came into town recently from another country, they're racist and awful. They say that they're likely behind it. And that he's heard rumors that they've been faking mauling their own stock to get extra money out of the community and from the council. So that gives you a third location.
That's a lot of things.
Yeah.
So that's what you guys all pretty much get in terms of like kind of like listening in before they just get into like
Before they repeat the conversation like in video games when they just kind of...
Right.
No, they just start drunken shanties at that point.
Okay, I'm really done.
I have time to leave.
I'm very done.
However, Fitz, as you head out, you get like a fuzzy feeling in the back of your head. And you hear the beast. And the beast says, "They all drink so freely, and yet you don't. You know, you could just make them forget."
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Basically what this dive bar is, and I'll show you guys this lovely little book I have. It basically creates a bunch of NPCs and locations that I can kind of pull at random. So to basically explain to you guys what this space does is that it offers a certain type of residence if you choose to drink, as if you're getting a drink from the bar, which technically you could. And then it typically offers another type of game mechanic. So folks tend to notice if regulars go missing. Someone looking into a death in this area gains 2 dice on investigations. So you guys can take this information or take this added perk, since you've spent some time here, and use that probably at the scene of the crime location, which is probably the closest to this area.
So you're saying if we drink the blood of somebody from here, we get bonuses?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I mean,
I'm on the case.
Oh, you're gonna break your promise already?
It's a shit, never mind, alright.
I can't wait to see them cry. Is the last thing you hear?
Yes.
I'm going to sigh and just stay hungry.
You're just gonna stay hungry. Okay. Vanessa, do you want to drink?
I'm honestly okay with 2 hunger.
Okay. You don't have to. This is an option, and
But the bonuses are good.
the bonuses are good. They're more helpful than at the other 2 locations.
And I do need XP if I get resonance.
Resonance. It's phlegmatic. So phlegmatic will give you
I don't like that word.
A fucking cold. Like, what is what?
phlegmatic gives you aspects and dominate.
Ooh, I need. Those are both good.
What is wrong? What?
Jesus Christ.
It's gonna get me a stain. That's what would happen, right? Like that would just be like if I did it, it would get me a stain on my touchstone. Probably, maybe breaking a promise.
You just gotta be like, I'm a vamp, and then
They don't need to know.
You can always remorse it afterwards.
Don't have to know.
A lot of us gotta go remorse. just
Honestly,
let it
it'd be
flow.
dangerous if I didn't lower it a little bit, right?
It would kind of be, because we might end up failing like several things during the battle, and that
Dude,
could
lower it
set
all
you
the
into
way,
frenzy.
man.
I don't have a second beast in my head, okay? Get the fuck out of
Nobody
here,
gives a
Jackson.
shit about these fucking old weirdos. They spend 19 hours a day down mill. Fuck them.
You just gotta. They're drunk. You just gotta be like,
So what
"Hey."
does it give again?
Phlegmatic.
Gives you phlegmatic, which gives
us an opportunity to raise up
it'll
our
give you
discipline.
and it's different for every game. Tapping into diasporas will give you more perks and experience. Because of the nature of how shitty experience is in this game, I will say that when you can tap into something that has a resonance, it will give you 1 experience in the discipline that you were looking for. That is not 1 dot, it is 1 experience that you can add to your pool.
Right. Okay.
What's
but
the
what does it give again? I forgot.
So Phlegmatic gives you
Auspex or
Auspex or
Dominate.
Dominate.
Okay.
And then for someone like Vanessa, for you to learn a new discipline, you would also have to feed from another kindred that has those disciplines, which that would be Fitz.
What?
Fitz needs to eat. Is all I'm saying. Vanessa's fine at 2.
Fine, fucking.
In this world, it's eat then be eaten.
Fine. We'll try and do a hunt. I'm gonna try and find a closeted gay old man, and I'm going to suck his blood.
I thought that was gonna end differently.
Okay. Vanessa, you.
I was gonna say somebody clip that, but
Yeah, please, someone clip that. Vanessa,
Hi.
you head out the door and you look back and then you realize Fitz isn't there. Fitz, to make this quick and as least triggery as possible, roll for me your best social stat and persuasion.
This is like a Gator thing.
Yeah, it's like a
No, this is
gator.
basically this is to convince an old man to or we'll say you find the youngest old man.
I was gonna say, like, you could have said I'm looking for like the young dude. Like,
There's
The closeted British old man is such a strong trope, though.
it's such a strong imagery that I don't really care right now. I think it's
the one dude who's wearing a pressed tweed suit.
All right. Because
Trimmed
I am
beard.
beautiful, I get a bonus towards my modifiers towards my social rules.
Okay, so
I'm using
God.
manipulation and persuasion, in the sense of like, oh wow, I've never done
Wow,
this
the
with
big city.
with a man before.
Nice
So-
way of
With a man of experience.
So you were spending some time whining and dining this guy.
You might have to leave without me.
Yeah, Vanessa's just gonna start going off to the crime scene.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, yeah. He will say that his name is Frederick.
His name's also Fitz, weirdly.
Frederick will he will go with you when you invite him somewhere else.
To the back to some sort of shady dark alley where I'm definitely going to imply that I might suck his, but I'm going to suck something else.
Right.
You bite his dick. Just
There's a vein in it.
There's a vein near that thigh that's really good to drink from, I'm sure. Jackson's probably already found it.
Poor Chad.
Poor Chad.
Why did you have to go?
And
he went like that. He specifically went like that.
You should just drain this dude for all he's fucking worth. I bet he tastes like prune juice.
no, what he actually tastes like is that he has
It's probably gonna taste like beer.
he actually
Phlegm, apparently.
phlegmatic, yeah. He has a very calm demeanor as you partake from him. Dare I say, as you're doing it, it kind of reminds you of when you fed off of Father Siren.
Who was also phlegmatic, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
And also closeted.
Very closeted.
So does that mean I get an experience point for... No, because they're my touchstone? Is it...
No, I mean, touchstones can still have resonances.
Okay.
It's just more dangerous to drink from them.
Right, of course.
Do you do a simple sip, or are we drinking more?
Are we chugging? Or
Shotgun this old man. Pop a hole in his top and then suck it out from the bottom.
Is it... When you take beyond a sip, you have to start fighting something, right?
No, that's only in regards to hunger frenzies when you're at full
if he
hunger.
questions what you're doing, you just make them forget. Easy as that.
Basically what happens is that if you just simply take a sip, what it does is that means that it's the time span of 3 turns, whatever the fuck that means, and you slake
10
1
minutes.
hunger. And that also includes closing the wound. If you do more than that, if you do the maximum non-harmful drink from a human, that takes an entire scene.
I'll be here all fucking night.
And that, well, it's just a scene, so basically you just won't be able to run back and catch up with Vanessa.
I'm gonna be all alone.
Well, that's fine. And that's like 2 hunger.
You're right, it's gonna be fine because Jem stalked me, right?
Jem helped you buy a knife.
Okay.
If you do beyond that, then we start doing aggravated damage, and then you possibly risk sending this guy to the hospital.
Fuck the hospital. Send this man to heaven.
Jesus Christ, Michael.
Get yourself down to 0.
Michael's
tasted the power.
What is her
of going to
critical
0
tenet?
now?
Michael's gonna be the first one to Diablerize. I'm just gonna say this right now.
Y'all thought it was gonna be me.
I'm gonna.
What are you talking about?
I'm going to slake 1 hunger.
Just 1 hunger? Okay.
Just 1 for now, and I'm going to instantly tell this man to fucking forget.
Oh, you're gonna use Cloud of Memory?
Yeah.
What does that entail? Does that involve a rouse check at all?
It says cost is free.
Cost is free. Okay. And because
no roll is required against an unprepared mortal victim. So
yeah, he's a trivial target. So you do that, and
back into the closet he goes.
He is left dazed and pleased as punch, honestly. As you leave him there, and he'll sit there for a bit until he kind of gains his bearings and then wonders why the fuck he's
outside with his
outside
pants down.
with
Sure.
his pants down. Yeah, definitely think he probably drank too much.
He was probably peeing. That's what he's thinking. He probably pissed.
He's probably pissed. Too bad there's no pee anywhere.
Yeah, Fitz is gonna.
Isn't it snowing outside? Like, did you?
Whatever. Yeah, I'm gone. I'm out,
Okay.
and I'm catching up with Vanessa.
All right, you do that. Let's let's go to Vanessa. All right, you head straight to the crime scene. And there's quite a bit to kind of look at here. At first glance, you're like, okay, first of all, this is a 1-lane road that is not even properly paved. This is paved with stones. They look slippery due to all the ice and the snow that's around you, and you'll see that there are a couple cones set up where the car had made impact to the telephone pole, and it's being held up by a supporting beam for the time being. And there's still some bits of debris around. If you want to suss out the area, you can make 2 rolls if you want, Vanessa.
Sure.
You can roll either intelligence and investigate or intelligence and survival.
Wait, where the hell is my survival? There it is. Wow, they're both the same.
Gasp! You can do. All right. Well, then do an intelligence plus investigate first. Woo!
I'm good. I have all the information needed.
All the information needed. You go to where you feel like it makes the most sense to you initially to go to the scene of the crime, and you see a path that goes from the corner store that's at the top of the hill all the way down the hill to the pole itself. It wasn't a long time to speed up, even going down a hill. So it shows the urgency that Mr. Bransbury was trying to gun it. Typically when people gun it, it's usually to escape something. But what? You go a little bit further down and you can see where some of the ice and snow skidded. And you can even see like some tire marks left on the stonework. And you definitely can tell that he did not want to hit this pole. He wasn't like trying to like commit suicide or anything like that. It was like he tried to avoid it and then the car went out of control. Going too fast, hit
Like he turned and the ice like caught it. And
yeah. And then he slammed on the brakes too hard, burned the tires, and then he hit the telephone pole. So that's what you kind of suss out there. That definitely he was trying to escape something, but you don't know what. And then that puts you into the mind of, well, what was he trying to escape? I would also love for you to roll for me an intelligence and survival now. Okay. 1. All right. Vanessa. You see outside of the tire tracks and the wreckage that there are some footprints going into the snowbanks leading up onto the sidewalk and moving away from the direction where the car had gone.
What type of footprints? Or can I not tell?
I'm so glad you asked. They are massive canine-like prints, and they follow along 2 smaller footprints before they simply head into the tree line. If you want to find more information, you're going to need to go into the wood.
So
ranger
there
and
was
his wolf
2 of
companion.
them.
What you see is that you saw some canine tracks going towards the sidewalk, and they were following another set of footprints. 2 sets of footprints that were smaller, like smaller human size. And then
So there was either 2 of them or one was chasing the other.
you won't know until you go into the woods.
All by myself.
Go on, we'll catch up.
Nothing bad will happen.
Yeah, you're gonna actually hit me next, right?
We swerved to hit you.
Right.
Yeah,
We didn't
right.
even see the dog. We just saw you on the sidewalk and went, whoa!
Just saw Vanessa. Okay. All right. So
Just gonna get a little cautious and
to look further here, we need to do some tracking. And
Okay.
tracking is going to be a wits and survival, and I'm going to need a 3 successes from you. That's how
can't wait
that's
to get lost in the middle of the woods, you know.
into the woods. Oh damn! Fuck me then.
Never mind.
It's like I
Shit.
picked skills you were good at or something.
Or I'm actually rolling okay,
That's good.
Right.
Get the good rolls out now.
right? Before the battle.
Before the battle. Vanessa, you think, well, all these footprints are going into the woods. Clearly, I should too. And you head.
Clearly, I should get my knife almost ready.
You head into
dumb
the
itch
brush.
energy going on right now.
And as this happens, I just want this to be really comedic. Fitz, you come upon the scene, and Vanessa's nowhere to be found. Vanessa, it takes
Gone. You'll hear screaming in a moment.
It takes some time, but using your skills and following the telltale marks of large footprints and younger ones, you find yourself amongst the deep woods of the nature hide. There, in a small burrow of sorts, you come upon a grisly sight. And this is like...
A bear?
Yeah.
I love bears.
No, bears are bad. Bears are definitely bad in this
Just
game.
gonna go that way.
Trigger warning for gore, I guess.
Okay.
Let's go. This is the perfect part for me. Cheers.
You see what looks to be the remains of what is left from a carnal feeding. It's impossible to tell exact details, but you do register that there is only 1 body here and not 2. Regardless, it is safe to assume that one of the missing girls found their untimely end here. And as you kind of like take a closer look, like some of these bones are like picked clean. This isn't like, this doesn't really look to be like an axe murderer or someone was disemboweled and left out in the woods somewhere.
No, it looks like something was hunting. for
Something
food.
got eaten. And for a girl from Detroit, this is
Awful.
This is awful.
This is intense.
But unfortunately, that's all you seem to find here. But you seem to have found at least one of the remains. I will say it also doesn't necessarily look particularly fresh. It looks to be at least a week, maybe 2 weeks old for what is
Does
kind
that
of...
align with the headlines being disappearance?
It aligns with the headlines of Everly and I forget the other poor girl.
Whatever her face is.
It lines with those two girls in and around the same time that they kind of disappeared. Yeah,
But you can't say this is one or the other.
You cannot identify one way or another unless, God forbid, you're going to grab a skull and do some denture, hand it over for someone to do some denture work.
Nah, I'm good. Vanessa's like currently, she's decapitated someone before, but this is more gross.
Yeah, this was
everywhere.
This is intense.
This is a child that
everywhere. Right.
Yeah.
So she's shaking as she like sees all of this and like starts like tries to process.
Mm-hmm.
Before like nervously looking around just in case like anything else is like out there.
At this point, it's almost as if the beast is kind of heightening your paranoia, because every time you hear like a stick snap or crack,
Great.
or
Don't kill me as I walk in the scene,
or the trees kind of bellow, it's like you kind of jump at every given sound that you hear, but nothing seems to come for you. And
I'm gonna go backtrack.
Yeah, you can go back. It doesn't take you nearly as long to get back, because I'm assuming you're probably rushing at this point.
Yeah, just a little go quick.
Fitz,
I can kind of go quick.
Yeah, no, absolutely, with that celerity. Fitz, you
can go do the Twilight run, you know?
Just Naruto run your way out.
Please, let's not say that that's what it looks like. I will be very, very uncomfortable.
Fitz, you've been waiting around for like a half an hour, and you're about ready to kind of throw your hands up in the air and go back to the bed and breakfast, and then you see Vanessa kind of come out of the bushes like a crazy person.
What did you do? Usually Vanessa's super chill.
Yeah.
Coming at you like a badass.
That's gonna be a momentarily. Vanessa's just gonna like part through the bushes.
Whoa.
Out of breath.
There you are.
I found a lead.
A lead?
The footprints, canine feet following after a child. I found its den and body parts of everywhere.
A den?
Of the kid. Yeah, it's kind of a den. It was just a spot to eat.
And no one's found that yet. How far in?
About a half an hour's walk in. And as you look into those woods, they are thick.
If anybody's desperately searching for a child, they try and get in there. Surely they must have.
The amount of carnage, I would have thought they've gotten some dogs out here.
I wonder what's keeping people from finding it. You look shaken.
I didn't really stick around that much to investigate. Show you the way if you want to see that.
If it's a feeding ground for the creature, perhaps it's not a good idea to go alone.
Yeah.
But
I can lead the way, or do you want to wait for the others?
And this is where are we? We're where the man wrapped the car around the thing, right?
You're about a half an hour walk away from where this man got into the accident and where two girls had recently been seen last walking around.
Let's
I will also say that based on how long you guys kind of like hung around the bar and whatnot, and how long it kind of took for you guys to prep the room properly to not burst into flames, the night's getting a little late.
We might not have enough time. Let's return back here. Perhaps we can find some sort of trail. Some sort of evidence of a creature. It's getting late. Early.
Late.
Something like that.
My train of thought was just he was going way too fast, and he had to be escaping from something.
A man who normally drives rather safe, driving suddenly very quickly, has to have a good reason. Perhaps he was being chased. By a Grim, though. Seems like an odd fantasy.
It could be a Grim, or something else. The tracks, and she'll like point off to where they are.
Canine in nature, yes?
Yeah.
Perhaps we'll look into it. But for now, we should go back. The others should be there by now. Hopefully.
We hard cut back to VW and Jackson sitting outside of the bed and breakfast because Fitz took the keys.
We just got there. It was perfect timing. We haven't been waiting long.
No, you guys have probably been there for a hot second. It's
fine,
okay.
It's fine. We're in the car.
You're in the garden.
Yeah, you guys can be in the nice little garden with that.
You can admire the flowers that aren't that
Blooming.
visible.
Because it's winter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's April, but like it's cold.
Yeah,
I'm
like
just I'm
it's.
flipping through my book. It's good. It's good.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got a cool new book
Wow,
to look at.
that must be really entertaining for Jackson.
So, what is the purpose of that supposed to be?
Well, Calnan mentioned something about Golconda and Kane and knowledge. I think it's like a how-to guide, on how to
Win friends and influence
Sad.
people.
Well, yes, in our community, I guess, not suck at being us. Hopefully.
We've done a lot of sucking, though, to be fair. Anyway.
That was the pun, thank you.
Fitzgerald says that as he comes back with the key.
Wait, so we're all back together?
You guys can meet back up, and you guys can kind of reconvene and cross-compare information, if you so choose, before jumping into the next night.
Sure, we'll just mention that probably we found some canine tracks and some bloody remains.
And the talk of the word in the bar is there's a Grim.
Well, the man was visited by a Grim, which really just sounds like he was visited by a bad omen, and that's why he's dying.
Yeah.
But he's not dead yet.
He's not dead yet, but there is definitely this dog motif that's kind of echoing around.
Also, bad things happened at the local slaughterhouse.
Cough. You guys driving.
Yeah, are you guys gonna mention the thing?
Are gonna mention you seeing an actual Grim on the side of the road.
Maybe if you would give us a moment.
I thought we were summarizing.
Yeah, I thought we were doing a quick recap so we can get to the battle that Julian's been waiting for forever.
Recapped,
I mean, it's
Conan
fine.
doesn't know shit, but the dog on the way back, and that was weird. So that that kind of tracks with what you're saying.
An actual dog. Was it very large, or was it dog-sized?
I don't know. Jackson.
Especially large, but when we turned around to see it, it was nowhere to be seen, so it might have been a trick of the light or a phantasm, for all I know.
Well, a phantasm can't deflesh a body.
You seemed pretty sure it was real when you grabbed the wheel, so.
Reflexes.
Jackson took the wheel.
Jackson is the second coming.
Anyways, Vanessa's gonna climb into bed and say, "Okay, we need to get up early."
Like exactly when the sun sets is when we need to get up.
Exactly, so we can fucking go do stuff.
Considering that the disappearances
And the trail might run cold.
based on the fact that the disappearance happened around dusk, that might be when the thing is hunting. Whatever it is.
Whatever it is, whomever it is, we might catch it in the act, or we might catch it leaving the scene.
It might go back to the feeding area.
I mean, we could always
it does
just
catch
wait at
someone.
the feeding area, you know? Get kind of a jump on it. I mean, it probably has a good sense of smell if it's like a dog thing, but, you know.
You can also try to get more information.
There's also the farm that has missing cattle.
It's a slaughterhouse.
Slaughterhouse, missing cattle.
And the hospital.
And the old man.
Can you even consider those cattle at that point?
What do you mean?
Well, once it's been slaughtered.
I suppose not.
So we're looking for missing beef.
Mangled beef.
Mangled beef.
And I don't suppose you saw any of that at this feeding area?
No, it was a human
Vanessa seemed to have
child.
Even if Vanessa might have saw something else, I think seeing a child or the remains of a child might have been too stressful to take anything else in.
Is that who's gone missing?
2 children.
No sign of the other?
As far as
No
we
sign
know.
of either.
But they've been gone for a week.
And the remains looked about a week.
So maybe there's one left over.
What was that third location?
Hospital.
Talking to the
There's
old
the
man.
dying man.
Jackson makes another ghoul.
You're right. That's his specialty.
Dying old men.
Dying
Yeah.
dads.
Old man. Swerved out of the road. Normally a very safe driver. No evidence of what he might have swerved away from. But he wrapped his car around a pole.
Oh, he's speaking like a lawyer.
Well, big black dog in the road.
Maybe. Could be anything. He could have been running from something as far as we know. All we know is that the event happened in the same area in which the 2 girls went missing. So maybe that junction on the road is important for some reason.
I see no reason to waste time then. Let the man moulder away. Let's go out to the woods. Catch this and be home by next dawn.
I mean, the longer we wait, the less chance there is that...
Yes, but wouldn't we want to have
But
as
it would
much
be-
information as possible?
I don't
Yeah.
know what information we can grab from a man who
Well,
swerved out of the
what
road.
type of creature it is? It could be this
Big black
metaphorical
dog.
grandma. It could be a werewolf. It could be so many things.
If he was awake, he might be able to recognize what it is, and we might be more prepared to face whatever creature is out there.
Or he could be comatose and we'd waste a trip.
Well,
I mean, he's human. I don't really know what he would know besides, you know, myths.
General description? It's
Big
something.
black dog.
I don't know. We don't know if it's a big black dog. Besides the fact that you saw a big black dog.
It sounds to me like this big black dog took these 2 little girls. The man saw the big black dog, got spooked, and wrecked his car.
Or it could be this forest is a hotspot for supernatural creatures. It could be so many things. We have to at least limit it down so we know what we're dealing with.
What is it going... It's not going to hurt us to go to the hospital.
I suppose it won't hurt to look at the slaughterhouse either. But if we know it's already stealing to eat...
Maybe it steals when it doesn't have a good opportunity to hunt.
But hey, that's just a theory.
Shut your
And
fucking
then
mouth.
and then sleep takes us all.
And you all pass out on the floor because only Vanessa crawled into bed.
Right.
Oh.
Okay. Morning comes and torpor takes over your limbs and you fall into darkness. Until the next night.
We gotta wake up.
Everybody roll for me that morning rouse check.
Woo.
Watch me
You're
fail.
cool. Oh, wow. Wow.
Who is she?
Jackson's hungrier.
Yeah.
You just gotta go to that bar. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Jackson just take a bite out of the old man.
I don't want any phlegm.
Yeah, the hospital offers different types of bloods. All right.
Oh, good.
Right, you could go actually steal a blood bag if you're lucky enough.
No, we can't.
Okay.
Unless you can eat it.
So,
We're not gonna handle it.
what I would like, are you guys all going to be kind of going?
Let's
and
go
kind
together.
Of go together. We're gonna go together. We're gonna go separate.
Vanessa's in charge.
This is your hunting party.
Technically, we could split the group.
2 and 2.
2 and 2. 2 people go to the hospital who are best at like coercing someone to bring about memories. And the other 2 trying to investigate and suss out the slaughterhouse.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I have decent persuasion and, sort of like the ability to kind of talk, so I'll go to the hospital.
I have pretty solid persuasion as well.
I hate this, but let's go.
Combos.
Okay.
A combo that we haven't seen that much of.
Cool.
We've seen it kind of once.
Kind of one.
Kind of once,
Kind of.
yeah.
You separate them real fast, though. You're
It
like,
very
oh,
quickly
yeah.
became 2 very different scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So let's do the slaughterhouse first.
All right, girls.
The Slaughterhouse 5.
All right, girls. You're heading out.
Girls.
And Vanessa, you wake up super promptly as you wanted to, and you kind of drag.
Yeah, because I crit that.
You crit that, so you pretty much drag VW.
I'm already awake early.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can do that if you
Wake
want.
up an hour early. Just ditch Jackson.
Fitz
Just
wakes
go
up early
ahead.
enough for the Continental.
The continental dinner at the pub.
Oh, yeah.
But you grab VW and you head out to the slaughterhouse, which is at the edge of town. It is not too terribly near where the accident had happened, but you can definitely get a sense that this is still bordering on the edge of the nature hide. And as you guys kind of come in, the kind of wafting scent of animal manure kind of like infiltrates your nostrils as you kind of head onto the stockyards essentially. And at this time of night, the slaughterhouse is actually gearing to shut down for the night.
Gotta go in right before close, you know?
Yeah, you're basically getting there right before they close. Because typically they open relatively early, like before sunrise, to kind of prep the meats for people who wish to purchase. And you guys will kind of come on to the scene, and you'll notice that it's kind of sparse of workers right now, many of whom have kind of already journeyed off back home. But you will see that there is a cluster kind of talking amongst themselves. Do you wish to converse, or are we doing another stealth listen?
I can do stealth listen. Pretty good. I mean, my stealth is 2 too, so like, I mean.
Okay, you guys just
It's
wanna.
stealth. Yeah, if Vanessa doesn't wanna, Vito's just doing what Vanessa says right now. So.
If I can use streetwise with this.
Yeah,
Try to
yes,
fit in.
yeah,
Type deal.
Streetwise will work just fine. Roll for me, probably charisma and streetwise, to kind of chit chat with them.
Can I use my personal rep as looking like an outstanding citizen?
That's not going to help you in this situation, unfortunately.
Right. Okay. Streetwise and what else?
Streetwise and charisma.
Oh shit.
What's that?
Jesus, fucking
3.
alright. You Vanessa, you go in and you start kind of talking up this group of individuals, and you'll notice that they are all men of color. who have been struggling essentially to get like a foothold in this small village. And what you kind of come up on is them literally complaining about a corpse that's in the middle of their stockyards. And you'll see as like one of the gentlemen, his name is Gary. He'll point off towards where this corpse is, and you'll see a cow. Trigger warning, gore. You'll see a cow on its side, and as you kind of like look past some of the other cattle that are kind of moving around it, you will see that its undercarriage has been kind of hollowed out a bit, and a good portion of the organs and subsequent surrounding cuts of meat have been devoured. But the whole thing was not devoured.
How can you tell if it's been devoured if it's...
Could have just been relocated.
Devoured just...
The reason why I say...
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm imagining a werewolf with a watermelon spoon just like scooping.
Yeah, melon baller.
Yeah, just a melon baller. No, like this looks very it looks on par with what the guys at the pub were saying. This looks mangled. As if something was kind of very quickly ripped open, eviscerated, and bits and pieces were consumed in a very hastily manner, but not enough to consume the entire thing.
Just fast food.
It's very fast food. And
not even cooked.
You'll get from Gary that he'll say that he doesn't understand A, why this is happening, B, that this is no small predator, but there hasn't been any larger predators seen in the area for quite some time. And that he is incredibly frustrated with the city council that no one has done anything about this yet, and that he feels like the council just simply wants his business out of business. And he'll go so far as to even say that he feels like the stock is being sabotaged. And he starts going off on a rant about, like, I moved to this country, to get better opportunities, and
she'll
the British
relate
government.
And like bounce off own experiences of seeing stuff around Detroit.
Sure.
Like getting shut down for various stupid reasons.
He will not understand how Detroit is, but he'll listen to you talk about that. And as this is happening, VW, roll for me wits and awareness. Wits and waggles.
Wits and wagers.
Wits and waggles. Wiggles. Wits and wiggles.
The Wiggles. Oh my god.
Wits and waggles.
Wits and wiggles. VW, you kind of like were passively like listening to this entire conversation, but you don't exactly relate for various reasons. And you kind of find your way, kind of like your eyes wandering, and you noticed that coming onto the premises and kind of heading towards the main building where the butcher is held, you see a small girl. She looks to be about 14 years old, and she looks a little forlorn and frazzled. She has rather kind of like messy hair that she kind of like tries to like pat down as she notices you looking at her. And before she can get to the door, Vanessa, you will notice that Gary kind of like looks over very like sharply, and he'll say, "Where have you been at? Can't just keep going on everywhere this late at night." And you'll hear her kind of like tut, and she'll say, "Sorry, just volunteering at the library." "Get inside." And he turns back towards you, Vanessa. And the little girl, BW, roll for me a intelligence and awareness.
As I'm theorizing.
It's kind of hard to say, but you're pretty sure that the girl kind of like, she sighs like at her father telling her to go inside, but like as you're kind of keep looking at her, she gives you a very like stark glare before opening the door and going inside. I mean, you were a teenager once, you kind of know how it is to be scolded probably by parents, but yeah, and she just heads inside to the main butchery.
So like Vanessa sees this as well.
Yeah, you see this. You see that all. She doesn't glare towards you. She just glares towards VW.
Fair enough. She's not wearing shoes in this establishment.
Out in the middle of the snow.
Should be some damage, but you know.
It's okay. No, VW is wearing shoes.
And Vanessa will like look to Gary, like catch him like mid next rant.
Mm-hmm.
Can I actually go like look at the cow? So I've been around a couple of animal attacks before, so I want to see if either someone with a knife or teeth marks.
He looks like contemplative at that, and you can tell that he looks contemplative because he's worried that and whether or not you might get hurt. But roll for me a quick charisma and persuasion.
Cool.
You're rolling shit hot today.
This bodes well.
He'll kind of sigh and he'll say, "All right, just be quick about it."
Can my friend come along too? So we could both be a little safer, remember?
Oh, I didn't realize you had a friend. And as he like looks down towards VW,
you're so short.
Yeah. I mean, he's not wrong.
Sure, and if you see anything, just let me know.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
And she'll wait until BW walks on over and they start their like way out of like earshot. Did that child look off to you?
I mean, disheveled, but you know, who knows what kids go out and do here for fun.
Yeah. And she said something about studying at the library?
She did. Isn't that where the other two were coming from?
Exactly. So, maybe the smaller footprints that I saw were actually another one.
There were two sets of smaller footprints. So there was two people.
Well, at one point there was only one because the other person was carrying one of them.
Oh. Is that?
I was making a Jesus joke.
Jesus joke. Jesus isn't here because Jesus.
Vanessa will like continue like saying her theory that maybe the kid is a werewolf too.
Okay, that's an interesting theory.
Cause
maybe the kid is the.
We arrived at the exact same conclusion at the same time.
It's a game theory.
Like, as soon as Julian said, "Oh, I was studying at the library," I was like,
the mom was like, "Yeah, she looks a little disheveled." I'm like, "Yeah, 'cause she was a werewolf last night." Takes a lot out of a kid.
She woke up to see that she killed a cow.
No, but you do.
I can make that noise too.
You do kind of like wiggle your way through the fence, and you kind of head on over and you avoid all the cow patties there. I would love for somebody to roll for me.
God, I hope so. Or VW's just gonna be like stepping and then between their toes too.
No,
Like-
VW is wearing shoes. I don't want to hear it again.
All the benefits of wearing shoes, you don't get it between your toes, VW.
is wearing shoes. End of discussion. Someone please roll for me intelligence and investigation as you look at this poor eviscerated cow.
What's your investigation?
2
3?
or well, intelligence 2, investigation 1, so it's 3.
Well, I got more than you, that's for sure. I got 5.
All right.
I'm trying to pet a cow. Go for it.
This is the Vanessa show. Go.
You get
Yes.
bit.
Okay.
It's fine. I got it.
You crouch down and sorry, I needed to check something real quick. You crouch down.
Is there something in the cow? Excuse me.
An eel and a lamprey flies at your face. No. You crouch down and the smell is horrendous. Way worse than the scene that you saw the night prior.
Yeah, because that was old. This is fresh.
This is fresh, and you get a look at things over, and it's not hard to tell that this is literally not somebody with a knife. These are chunks being bitten and ripped. To kind of to describe it, it looks like a predator with very sharp fangs.
Wow. Okay.
All I gotta do is check the National Registry, and you got your man.
I'm sorry, Jem didn't give that to me, so
Oh.
No, yeah. Jem didn't want to make it that
I don't got
easy.
it yet.
But yeah, you look that over, and that's pretty much what you get from this kind of scene. They will say, while this is happening, we go over to the hospital.
Still waiting for that lamprey to jump out of the cow.
That's fine. All right. You, Jackson, and you, Fitz, are here because George Bransberry is supposedly here on his deathbed. From what you could surmise, Fitz, is that based on the bartender who was
facilitating that conversation.
Was basically encouraging the locals to give good wishes, if at all possible, in case, God forbid, if the guy doesn't make it.
Yeah, surely there's like a little gift shop in this hospital that has like flowers or something like that.
I'm sure there's some sort of local florist nearby.
Or we can do like that beforehand, like
you buy balloons, a plant.
There's all those people on the side, on like the side of the road on the way, that are selling bundles of flowers for like way cheaper.
This isn't New York.
I was talking about fucking Forest Lawn in California.
Oh well, they do that in New York too, but
yeah,
that's
when the weather's nice.
I'm gonna try and do something like that to kind of imply that we're there, sort of like well-wishers, or sort of like
for a reason.
Yeah.
Sure. You speak with the nurse. It's a fairly small hospital. I should probably preface this. It's only about like 5 stories tall. And you speak with the nurse saying that you wish to do that. I will say, based on your kind of political standing, maybe you're someone important. And the nurse will actually say, "Oh, well, I'm glad you came. We had a couple people earlier stop by, and actually, Mr. Bransberry is actually doing much better."
Much better?
Yes. We're quite thrilled with this development. We were really thinking he wasn't going to make it.
Oh, well, would still love to offer my well wishes if he is well.
Of course, I'm sure he'd love it. Be sure to go to the 2nd floor and see the hall, all the way down the hall, door on the right.
You said that others were here?
Yes, a couple of the men from the pub, and I think one of the, and she looks through the clipboard, And she goes, oh, one of his co-workers came and visited recently too.
Oh, well, must be a well-loved man.
Oh yes, Mr. Ransbury is one of the best. He'd give anybody his right kidney if he hadn't already given it.
How nice of him.
Be on your way. And she kind of pauses. Jackson, roll for me.
Yeah, I know. That's why he was keeping quiet.
Roll for me wits and awareness.
Wits and wages.
We got a saint on our hands, boys.
Hey.
It's exceedingly obvious that she was trying to hold it together the entire time you were standing there. And then as you guys walk away, she kind of like tries to steal a glance, and she gets very red in the face and just goes back to her clipboard.
Jackson can't help but smirk a little bit, even though he was deliberately trying to be incognito.
Hey, if someone's hungry, you get
hey, that's a good one.
you get melancholy here.
Ooh. Why would I want that?
Okay, so that's the resonance.
Well, I deal with enough of that in my life, thanks.
Yes, but basically what that would do is that it would give you fortitude or obfuscate.
Damn it, I should have won here. Damn it.
Well,
Fitz has obfuscate, right?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
On the way back, can I get a sip?
Well, the slaughterhouse offers you different things. You get caloric or animal, and I will say that neither of you can probably drink animal blood.
No.
Especially VW. VW will get violently ill if
Well, just like a purebred animal.
I'm like
no.
trying to free the cows. Man.
So what does caloric
They're
do?
innocent.
Caloric will give you celerity or potence.
I still need to drink from
I
Vanessa to
need
get my
that,
bonus
actually.
potence.
As we go up,
I need both of them. Ooh.
Fitz will furrow his eyebrows when they're like kind of in a like quiet hallway and say, "He was on his deathbed yesterday. Now
Yes,
he's better
curious.
now."
Did we ever get information about the extent of the injury? Just a car crash, as far as we could tell.
Wrapped around a pole, though. I'd imagine that under normal circumstances you wouldn't be the type to get back up on your feet after a day.
Yes, well, the Lord works in mysterious ways, doesn't he?
That he does.
And as you guys...
So,
are you...
yeah,
are
I was thinking of one more cute thing to say, but
okay.
go ahead.
No, you can go. You can say your cute thing.
In the event that he doesn't have the information we need, you're looking a bit peckish.
What hunger are you at, motherfucker?
I'm at 2, bitch.
I'm also at 2, so suck my dick.
Jesus, don't
Suck each other's dick.
don't threaten him with a good time.
Oh. I might be.
I might be as well. Just something to think about.
I'm not stopping you from doing what you need to do.
Nothing. Just thought I'd offer you the first taste.
Of what?
Andromeda.
Fitz, I find you increasingly difficult to talk to. I thought we could be friends in all this.
What made you think that?
I suppose it was just good faith.
Yes, well. Perhaps if you appeared a little bit more remorseful over the deviancy of your actions, then maybe I might be more inclined to be friendly.
Deviancy, spoken like a true Catholic. I've got nothing to be remorseful about, darling. I'm
Someone's
just living my best on life.
Someone's not rolling his remorse roll later.
I'm gearing up for it.
Oh, okay, I got you.
I'm planting the seed because otherwise he wouldn't give a quarter of a fuck about it later.
That's true. Okay, so you're using Fitz as a way of feeling guilty.
Yes, well. When we inevitably reach our final deaths, I hope that you can say something at whatever gates you land on to justify your actions.
Inevitably.
Inevitably.
I don't know about you, love, but I'm planning on living forever.
That's not possible.
Isn't it?
No, it's not.
It's, I guess, not a rational thought to have, is it?
Well, perhaps you don't think so. But when faced with the fire of the church itself, let's just say that I had a little bit of a chill in my bones. That this unlife is no longer than my actual one.
Yes, well, if you fear that we're in danger, then it's best to start being friendly, isn't it?
Look, I'm helping you.
And are you? We're all helping each other.
How are you helping me? Right. And I'll keep walking.
Okay. You guys head into an elevator. And the ride is fairly short. We can say half of that conversation happens in the elevator. And as the doors open, you guys will see, as you guys pass on your way out, you'll see a girl. Young girl, about 12 or so, with blonde hair, pulled into pigtails, and she is holding her arms up into her coat as she passes by you both. I would love for someone to roll composure and awareness.
Just one of us?
Just one of you, yeah.
I have five dice.
So do I.
All right, you do it.
All right. Two of.
Okay. Jackson, you, it's undeniable as this girl passes you. And as she kind of steps into the elevator, you catch the scent of blood. And you smell it first coming all the way down the hallway. And you're pretty sure it's mostly coming from the room that you're supposed to be headed in. But as your head turns back towards the little girl as the elevator doors close, you undoubtedly get the same smell from her.
I was gonna say, is it possible to like slap my little hand back on that elevator door?
You can try. It's going to be a
Dex athletics or something.
It's
The
gonna.
kids are werewolves.
Hold on.
Little baby werewolves.
This is gonna be
They're
challenging.
both the missing girls.
This is
No.
challenging. So I'm gonna need 4 successes of a athletics and a dexterity.
Well, that sucks. How about I throw a little cat's grace in there, and we'll
That's
see
not
where
what
the night
cat's
takes
grace
us.
is.
No,
Cat's Grace is balance.
you want
Var, you're sick.
You want to go fast.
Good.
You want the other celerity.
You need celery in order to do that.
Well,
This
no,
blows.
Cat's
I
Grace
have
is a
I have
card.
one celery. I need a whole stalk.
You need more
Um,
celery.
Dexterity athletics. I can't get 4 successes on that, Julian.
Unless you do.
Unless I get a crit.
Unless you
Yeah.
get a crit. Statistically speaking, improbable,
Am I
but
still
possible.
sick?
Yeah.
I did it.
0-0. No.
No. You get Fitz. You're kind of like you're continuing down the hallway, and you're trying not to think of blood or anything like that. So maybe that's why you don't initially catch the scent. But Fitz, you hear a thunk, and probably some sort of profanity coming from Jackson. As you see Jackson, who just literally slammed his hand into the elevator,
and missed.
elevator doors,
Like just flat on the door.
Just a hair too late.
Yeah, like fingers are bent in a little bit of too weird of an angle.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know if you have your wits about you, but that little girl smelled distinctly of a dead Mr. George.
Fitz, the moment Jackson says this.
I will maybe extend my gait a little bit more to get to the room.
You get to the
As
room.
I snap my fingers back into place.
Pretty much. You get in the room, you throw the door open, and you see Mr. Bransbury, or what's left of him.
Oh, cool. It smells really bad in here.
And you see, it doesn't smell as bad as the viscerated cow, I'll say that much. You will see that Mr. Bransbury looks to have been violently tossed to the floor. His neck, content warning, his neck is snapped, and there's a small pool of blood coming from a heavy head wound that looks to have just started.
I will hit the nurse's button.
Okay. You do that.
The moment that he does that, I think Jackson's gonna get like a tiny bit like jarred by the fact that maybe that's a human reflex or whatever.
Mhm.
But I think Jackson's gonna. What's the situation outside the window?
So you're on the second floor.
Yes.
Roll a very quick.
Wits and wagers.
Yes.
What?
It's literally the most important skill, I feel.
I know where my fucking XP is going. 3.
Okay, you do that, and you look out the window. It's at the end of the hall, and you stick your head out, and you see that there is a fire escape there. Whether or not you can open the window is another question, but there is at least a way out. You also look, I'll say considering you got 3 successes, you also look off to your left, and there is service stairs that will lead down to the first floor as well.
Jackson is going to turn to Fitz and say, well, I guess you're talking to the nurses.
What?
And he's going to attempt to leap out the window.
Yeah.
Gotta open the window first.
It's a window.
Stairs are a thing.
There are.
Yeah,
But I
but
have cat's grace and it's more fun.
The only reason why I say that you need to roll a strength to open this window, because unfortunately there are patients out there in the world that would love to open a window and just throw themselves
That's right.
out of
I
it.
forgot that. That is the way that hospitals work.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a little locked after a certain
So this
point.
is gonna be, I'm gonna need a difficulty 2, strength, and athletics.
It can
Let's-
be literally anything else.
Let's say before you say the cool thing and leap out the window, let's just roll it first and then you say it. Because the idea of you saying like
Yeah, I know.
You turn around, you smack in the glass.
Smack your head through the glass.
His tooth just chips ever so slightly.
Can I argue for a stamina
Yeah, sure.
for this situation?
What? You're doing this for a while then.
Okay, well then never mind. I literally can't roll. I can't
Just
get
try
2
it.
successes.
Just try it.
say
I cannot get 2 successes. I have 1 die.
Never
Crits
mind.
happen.
Not on 1 die, they don't.
it's
Oh, yeah,
1 in
you're
10
right.
chance.
No,
You have to get 2
you have to
fucking
get- you have
10s to
get
crit.
You have to get 2 10s, so there's no way that could happen.
So he smacks into the window.
No.
Can we
got it.
just get?
Let
Can the
me-
windows not be part of this?
Take the stairs.
Stairs. I've been saying it.
I know I can take the stairs, but then I don't get to dramatically pop down in front of the girl before she
You can
escapes.
you can
Fine.
still be like
I'll take the
Fitz,
stairs.
nurses, and then you like
Okay.
You can like jump down the stairs.
I really don't want to see Jackson doing this, like to get down the stairs. Like this is not the move.
Or he can use Cat's Grace and balance themselves along the rail and
I'm
just
gonna
slide.
be slide down.
Like
yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yeah, you're
I got
Exactly.
my
you're
soap shoes.
doing a grind down each of the.
I eat Cat's Grace. You can do it.
You can do that.
That's cooler.
I will allow you to do that for sure. Fitz, do you intend to keep talking to the nurses, or
I don't know if I want to be in this situation, but I feel like reflexively that's what I wanted. Like that felt like important to do, but
well, you know that the nurses are definitely going to be on their way.
yeah,
sure.
well, I guess we're gonna
Got time to just.
beat feet down the service stairs.
Okay, you do so.
Well, I'll let Jackson be cool and watch him slide down the railing, so that way he has somebody to witness him as he does something cool. But I'm gonna.
If I could have just gone out the damn window, this would have been way more interesting.
I'm sorry. Any other window, I would say yes, you could probably open easily, but a hospital window.
What was the thing to get through the window?
Strength.
Strength.
Strength and you need 2 successes with a strength and an
Athletics.
I have 3 dice, but I don't know.
Do it.
Fitz
Do
does
it. Show
instead.
Jackson up.
I don't feel very confident about that.
It would be good though if you actually did it.
No. All right, taking the stairs.
Damn.
tug.
You tug like 3 times and you hear
You tug and your noodle arms just snap.
you hear a boom from the elevator and you're like, fuck this shit. And you run. And you guys both get down to the you can technically go further, but Jackson, because you know that you're on the 2nd floor, that you don't need to keep going down to the basement.
Yeah.
And you pop out the side door out into the parking lot, and you will see in the far distance, you see a little girl, a blur of a little girl.
A blur. This bitch is running fast.
Heading into the woods.
Too fast.
Christ.
A child?
It's not a child anymore. I don't have the fast celery. I can't do much.
No, I don't either. So
It's okay.
I have the fast salary.
This is just more of a matter of I wanted to give you guys a visual indicator that she is in the distance
In the woods.
And to do a pursuit on foot, you guys are gonna have to roll stamina and athletics, because you're gonna be chasing her for a while.
Fine.
Stamina I can maybe do.
I got 3 stamina and 1 athletics, so
I got 3 stamina, so.
I'm just gonna need you guys to succeed to see if you can keep up.
Alright. If we don't keep up, then I guess we'll just we know that it's a girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
1.
Okay, cool. So you guys both managed to not catch up to her, but you can definitely still,
running.
at the very least, barely keep her in your sights.
I hate running.
He couldn't even say anything. He's just trying. He's just determined to go.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have anything interesting, anything quippy, so he doesn't want to say anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not quippy, it's not worth it, right?
Exactly. Why waste the breath?
And this is a cool audio and visual transition here, but
It's the Twilight chase scene. Oh my god!
as you guys kind of chase after
What does Edward call Bella when she gets on his back?
I don't know.
Spider monkey.
That is it. There you go.
I haven't even seen the fucking movie, and I know that.
Wow.
He calls her a spider monkey. I feel like
Awful.
That's awful, yeah. But
He's Batman.
as you guys kind of head into the thick of the woods, in the distance you hear a loud, well, not a loud, but you hear a prominent howl. And the camera kind of pans up from from the trees back to where you are, Vanessa, and where you are, VW, and you guys hear this kind of ominous howl that kind of just it permeates the air, and
Right, it's to signify that it's now nighttime in Ocarina of Time, right?
Sure, it's
What a horrible night to have a curse.
it's been nighttime for a while, but
What a horrible night to continue to have a curse.
Hey guys, guess what I'm gonna ask you to roll?
Don't you
What?
dare.
What's no wagers?
Whips and wiggles.
Wits and wiggles. We're just gonna continuously say it wrong, just like you all say my name wrong.
Jebstein. Okay.
Jenga.
Vanessa, you don't catch this.
It got shit. I'm investigating.
This makes sense because
Why does VW have a last name? She doesn't believe in last names.
Right?
Because my mom on paper had a last name. I on paper do not.
You don't have paper.
You don't
Yeah,
have papers.
yeah,
In my head,
you also
I have
probably
a
don't
last
have a
name.
social security card, but it doesn't matter because you're dead.
Fucking dog has fucking papers.
Anyway, this makes sense, Vanessa. You were very deeply investigating, and then you hear the howl, and you're kind of just staring off at the trees and nothing else, and you're kind of like your mind's going a mile a minute. But VW, you hear kind of the howl, and then you hear hey, wait, stop! What are you doing?
Hey, listen.
From the butcher's building, and you see another blur of a little girl running off towards the woods. And you see Gary, presumably her father, kind of like try to run after, but he kind of stops halfway, kind of like gasping for air. He's a little bit of a bigger man, you know. Not all humans can run equally, but and he's.
I have 5 stamina. Let's fucking do this.
So yeah, I'm gonna need the same roll from you guys, stamina and athletics, to see if you guys can keep up.
Damn.
These two little girls are abominations.
Damn,
And they're going back to their daddy.
Celery, so I guess like after I kill their child, maybe I could just come
Come back and do a little nibble.
do a little
I want
recovery
to tell
nibble.
this man like I'll bring his child back, but I don't know if I'm gonna bring his child back.
So we're gonna go.
Whatever's left of a child back.
So we're gonna go into the forest, right?
You're running into the forest, and you need to roll stamina and athletics to see if you can keep up.
Into the woods.
Cool.
Into the woods. I almost wanted to name the episode that title, but I didn't.
I almost called one of our Ungilded Tides episodes Into the Woods.
As you should
I
have.
felt like Jesse did like 3 times.
Oh wait, no, I did.
Yeah,
I
you did.
think.
Hold on, I have to look something up. Hold on.
Vanessa, please roll.
I have to look something up.
I have to
Fuck.
pee.
No one cares.
Can I use like as when we get past the tree line? Can I use fleetness, to help me get further?
Fleekness, yes.
Catch up.
Let me
Fleetness casts 1 rouse check, and it says add the celerity rating to the user's dice pool for non-combat dex tests.
Sure.
Once per turn, the user may also do this when defending with dex and athletics. And it's 1 scene is the duration.
So this would be just to catch up, but let me see something real quick. Where did I put the thing that I need to look at? Because I need to figure out how fast they're going.
Oh, Sonic,
Gotta
actually.
go fast.
Because these little girls also have disciplines.
Guys, I can't kill kids. Like I don't like that's a touchstone.
You
thing
don't
of
have.
mine.
You don't have to.
They're not innocent. Like, they've clearly killed someone, right?
Doesn't matter. My touchstone don't specify that shit.
Mine does.
What does your touchdown specifically say?
I like literally. I can't kill children.
Well, I guess you're gonna
We
have.
can handle that.
We can handle it. You could be the paladin that just turns away.
I never kill children. That's the exact thing I have.
Doctor
typed
turned
down.
his back so he could have deniability.
That's gonna be me.
Hold on 1 sec. Let me do a quick roll to see something. Okay. Well, I guess I'm not gonna hide it anymore. Okay. No wildfire. Okay. So that is definitely.
Woo!
Question: Does Gary see us like leave?
Gary's too busy coughing up a lung right now to notice
Okay,
you guys.
good.
Bye.
We human do it until we get to the tree line, and then we're like,
Because this is a medium to high masquerade threat.
Okay.
we do a human jog, and then when we get to the tree line, then
Human
we
jog and then
then we Edward Cullen it.
Right.
So I will say, Vanessa, this little girl is moving at a speed that is very hard for you to keep your eyes on. And even with her going into the tree line, it's nothing to her.
Uh-huh.
She's not being impeded by difficult terrain, dare I say.
He's a ranger.
Dare I say, it is almost as like if you were to blink, she would disappear.
So she has blink, right?
Yes, she has blink.
It's Misty Step.
Damn, I could get that only if I get another point in celery.
She is moving incredibly fast. However, if you want to move faster than VW,
And to catch up with the other guys, right? Because I can imagine this all converging, and then we're going to be at the boss fight, right?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Thanks for spoiling.
See, this was planned. It's a pincer maneuver.
Yeah.
Right. This is.
So if you want to do that, you totally can. VW will get there eventually, just like how
Yeah.
Fitz will get there eventually.
Fitz is going faster than Jackson, ain't he?
Probably.
A little bit.
Okay, I did it. I'm going.
You're going. Okay. So please explain for me one more time.
So basically, it says I can add the celerity's rating to the dice pool for dex tests.
Okay, that would only help you.
Yes, it's gonna help me catch up.
For the scene, but she's moving so fast. It is you can't catch up to her, but you're gaining.
But I know where we're going.
Yeah,
if
you're
I
gaining
see
more
it.
ground for sure. Jesse, I will say that yes, that is a possibility, but I would implore you to please read about werewolf blood in the Conca.
Got it.
It's not gonna be fun if you try to drink it. It's not gonna be fun.
I'm just curious. I just wanted to ask that question.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. But before
It's cool if you can do it, but
before
no.
we get to this battle, let's do a quick bio break, 5 minutes, and then we'll get to some combat. Woo! Transition the scene.
Oh, sorry. I was reading.
children
Children.
Meanwhile, Michael's still
to get into the hunt, you know.
gone, but I suppose I can get into the scene. But
We have a map.
no.
Oh, clear. Okay, good.
No,
our
there's-
brains don't work.
You don't need to worry about maps with VTM. But you guys all run out into the woods at varying into the woods at very different speeds and urgencies. It isn't long before you're out of the small village and back out into the vastness of nature of Cannock Chase. And it's even a shorter time before any sounds of civilization are left behind. Instead, you're met with the desolate silence of the woods, with the exception of the chilling winds that make their way through the still frostbitten trees. As it picks up, it makes for pursuit to be even a little bit more difficult in the thick brush that slows your footwork down. Even you, Vanessa, you find yourself needing to kind of take pause to kind of like leap over a large fallen tree stump. Not a fallen tree stump, but a fallen tree trunk. And for the briefest of moments, you lose sight of the one little girl who you heard Gary call out to be Abigail. She disappears from sight. And you think perhaps maybe for a moment and she fell down a sump or went down a sump, and you keep going. And I will say, based on when everyone ran, you make your way to this opening first. And you will find yourself at a small burrow. The very same burrow where there were remains of another little girl that you can presume to be not Abigail and not
One that did it.
and not this little blonde girl that Jackson and Fitz are chasing. And in fact, as Vanessa, as you kind of come out from the trees and kind of skid to a stop, you realize that you're no longer seeing the girl with the shaggy hair, but you're seeing a little blonde girl with pigtails. And she looks up towards you, and she, for a moment, looks panicked. And she'll say, "Please help me. There's 2 men that are chasing me." Well, she says with a British accent.
What's all this?
Well, then you should probably hide.
Oh, thank you. And she'll go to move past you.
No, grab her, you shit.
Can I do a quick stab or something? No. Can I tell she smells off or anything? Can I do wits and wagers?
You can do, based on where we are, and because smells are a little bit harder to do.
There's blood everywhere now.
Yeah, there is the corpse in front of you. I would say if you had like heightened senses, that this would be a lot easier for you to do. But I don't think you have heightened senses. But
Anywhere in view, can we shout?
you're close.
Who's running?
I want Vanessa to do this one roll first.
God damn it.
Or can I just use lethal body and just sock this?
I mean, if you want to sock a little girl that you're presuming to be innocent right now.
Honestly, Vanessa doesn't know, but also why doesn't she freak out that there's body?
She might not have seen it, because literally the moment you stepped into this burrow, she was there. So you don't know how long she's been here either.
Okay, wits and wagers. Can I?
Okay, it's gonna be
Difficulty.
It's gonna be a moderate difficulty because it is cold, and the sense of smell is not so great when it's cooled out. That, and there is also a dead body in front of you. So that's gonna be 3 successes that you're gonna
When
need.
the weather outside is frightful.
Okay. Come on.
Oh, a messy critical. Oh, we have a messy critical.
Finally.
Well, I'm gonna kill her, I guess.
You, okay, so Vanessa, we're gonna have a conversation with the beast.
Yeah, of course I am. We're gonna have a nice chat.
Everybody's beast sounds different, which is fun.
For a moment, everything goes almost in bullet time. It's just like you have like the option sitting in front of you, like in a classic, Telltale horror game.
The edges of your vision is clouded.
Yeah, everything's fuzzy. And
Everything's black and
Telltale
white
Walk
until
The
you
Walking
move.
Dead. Let's go.
yeah. And you feel the fuzziness in the back of your head, and you hear a chuckle, and the beast talks to you, and it says, "It's funny, little girls, always pretending like they're in trouble or danger, but nobody ever thinks that they're the danger. Between the two beasts, you and it, that's way worse. They think that they're natural. They think that Gaia herself put them here. We can't have that. You know a bitch when you see one. Put it down."
Hell yeah, dude.
My beast is a little dark compared to Vanessa.
So, this...
Cool. Am I using a lethal body just to be like, bop?
I will say that,
Would this be getting the drop on her because she thinks that you...
Yeah.
you basically...
letting her go.
What a messy critical entails is that you succeed so well, it goes into, whoa territory.
So you instantly know who she is, what she is.
You know that she is not only is she lying to you, but that she is not human, and B, that she is a Garu, based on from what you remember. What Jem said, a werewolf, a juvenile one, but a werewolf nonetheless.
But a werewolf.
She's just a pup.
Can you tell me what your clan compulsion is?
God, it's great. Hold on. I gotta look up in the book.
Do unto others.
This is literally going to be the scene that everyone's going to converge upon and seeing with Vanessa.
Demolishing a child? Yeah.
You're going to try to.
I'm gonna try.
It's not going to be a one-shot kill kind of situation here.
It's rebellion.
Read it.
Read it.
The vampire takes a stand against whoever they see as the status quo in the situation, whether that is their leader, a viewpoint, or expressed by a potential vessel, or a task they were supposed to do in the moment. Until they've gone against their orders or expectations perceived real, the vampire receives a 2 dice penalty to all rolls. This compulsion ends once they've managed to either make someone change their minds by force if necessary, or done the opposite of what was expected of them.
Okay. I think this is pretty applicable here to use this. So you can either have the choice of trying to convince VW to do what you're doing is right, or you might have some words for the Hunt Club after this. Because they're setting you up against a child, but this child is also a stain on vampiric society. So,
Right.
What I will allow you to do is that I will allow you...
Or it could do the opposite of what was expected and leave no trace of this child.
And not bring anything back.
Of this child.
Of this... Oh, well, I mean... It would be going against her expectations, yes. I don't know if it would be going against everyone else's expectations, but I guess that'll be something that we'll cross in a second. What I would love for you to do, I would love for you to roll for me. You're doing a quick pot shot at her as she kind of goes by. I'm gonna need for you to roll for me a dex and a brawl or a melee, depending on whether or not you would like to get your weapon out.
I am going to use lethal body.
Okay, read for me lethal body.
The user unarmed attacks can now do aggravated health damage to mortals if desired. They also ignore 1 level of armor per potence level of the user.
Okay, does that cost anything?
It does not.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie.
And the description is using this power, the user is capable of causing horrendous damage to mortals, tearing skin and breaking bones with their bare fingers.
Okay, and that's in conjunction with what roll again?
It's any unarmed attack.
Okay,
and so I'm going to be using Brawl.
So it will be a Brawl attack. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be a Dex and a Brawl. And she is going to try to dodge you. So that's 3. So let's go through with... This is kind of like the surprise round. Okay. Alright. Alright. Okay. So, you're about to realize why vampires avoid werewolves at all costs. You take
Because they stink.
They're stinky.
So
Stinky. You take a pot shot at this little girl, and maybe it might be just because she's so short, but she ducks underneath you just barely enough for you to kind of whiff over her head. And you kind of spin and kind of keep going with your momentum. And for Fitz, Jackson, and VW, that's what you guys kind of come upon, is Vanessa having just kind of whiffed this brief kind of attack on this little girl.
Stop her! Now!
She killed the old man.
He deserved it. She kind of says from the tree line, and she pauses briefly, and she kind of shakes her head and steps back. And she'll say, he was getting in the way. He realized what was happening. He was going to call the police. We don't need the police called on us. Don't need Daddy to...
So you killed a man?
I told you he deserved it.
Does
Oh,
he?
while we having a villain monologue, can Vanessa go again?
No. No. Because as you're kind of trying to regain your footing, the brush kind of rustles beside her, and from the brush comes forth a very large black canine.
The other little girl.
No.
That's Daddy.
Yes.
This is Daddy.
Daddy.
Daddy dearest.
Who, based on it, from what you guys are looking at, looks to be just a wolf.
Ugh.
Oh god, who was a furry? Who in this town?
There are different ways to make werewolves.
Okay.
I
The
read
idea
enough.
I'm having is okay.
So this is Twilight.
I don't know. I don't know enough about Twilight, honestly.
No, this isn't
Werewolves in
No.
Twilight are actually full-size giant wolves.
this isn't the Telltale Walking Dead. It's the Wolf Among Us. Because when Bigby gets extra mad, he turns into a big dog.
Big dog. Okay, I also have to get my stats for this up.
Alright, guys.
And she kind of you kind of will see the little girl kind of pet down the wolf a bit, who is instantly teeth out, ears pinned back and snapping towards you all. And she'll just say, I don't need to talk to vampires or anything like that. Go. Leave. It's our hunting ground.
You don't get to kill people willy-nilly.
Well, it wasn't exactly willy-nilly.
It may be your hunting ground, but you're not being...
You're right,
you're
it
being
wasn't.
hunted.
You're right, it wasn't willy-nilly. They did it by choice.
The only reason you needed to do it is because you were sloppy in the first place.
Shut up! Fine, if you won't run, we'll take you down too. and she doesn't have a very good villain monologue because she is a 12-year-old little girl that's snarling at you all.
Yeah. Like,
Watch for the 14-year-old little girl coming out for a sneak attack from the trees.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm paranoid about. I'm like, where'd the other one go?
I will definitely,
you,
I
Hannah.
will definitely say VW and Vanessa. You do not see Abigail anywhere.
She's in the trees, man.
Anywhere.
Well, sir, I have heightened senses, sir. So I'm, sir.
Do you have sense
Sir.
the unseen?
I have sensed the unseen.
Well, then that's a problem for Fitz to worry about.
I have sent the divine.
I'm like, please,
Ah.
sir. I
So,
have a clue.
what is going to happen now is that we're going to get into a bit of combat here. I'm
Yeah, a
going
little bit.
to explain briefly to the audience that, from what I understand, combat in VTM can be incredibly crunchy. We don't want to do that. We want to get back to the role playing and the narrative as fast as we can. So what I have essentially devised up for a combat is that no combat should take more than 3 rounds, or conflict, I should say, should take no more than 3 rounds unless it is of some sort of dire circumstance. And if it does, I will emphasize that before the battle starts. I will say that if the conflict is not resolved within 3 rounds, aka someone's dead, we will assess as a group together what side seems to be leading on the winning front, and determine an outcome from there. So, who goes first each round? Top of the round, everyone's going to declare what they'd like their characters to do. And that includes what I want to do with the NPCs. I will say that in terms of order of arrangements, typically close combat goes first, range attacks go next, and then everything else, and that includes disciplines and non-combat roles. If you would like to do a discipline, and if it is something along the lines of something to do with potence or something that kind of happens instantaneously, I will allow you to do that discipline check and an action within your turn. Someone who wants to do a blood ritual that's going to take an hour, you're not going to be able to do that within your turn, and do an action at the same time. So just kind of keep those things in mind. So I don't think anybody really has ranged combat here unless somehow Jackson magically acquired a gun.
Jackson's got a gun.
What do you got?
Gun. But what I will say that is going to happen, the intentions of the NPCs. Abigail is going to stay hidden. Mary, who is the other little girl, is going to shift. Werewolves have 3 forms. She is jumping straight to war. If she does that within the span of her turn, which will take 1 action, she will then get +3 to all of her physical rolls. And her physical rolls are already awful. The wolf is going to attack the loudest or most threatening individual there, which may or may not be Vanessa in the next 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not the loudest.
Most
I
threatening.
got the silence of death. It's fine.
Yeah, that doesn't work if you're in combat.
It's fine.
But what I will also say is that I don't want to do any kind of initiative rolls. I know that VTM has things for that, but I basically want to make it so that PCs all go first unless they choose to hold their turn to do some sort of collaborative action with another PC player. So, I have stated at the top of the round, I guess I should get some cool battle music at some point. Maybe I'll play spooky music. Spooky. We'll play spooky music.
So Vanessa currently has her eyes set on the child. Due to messiness and yeah.
Fair.
So she's gonna go
ham
punch her
girl.
mid shift, and then once she's dog, take out knife.
Okay, so
I have the potential. I don't know if this would work because the language of it specifies vampires, but I think that's obviously going to be Julian's call. Trying to work Dread Gaze in somewhere, because if I win,
Dread Gaze will work.
Okay, then non-mortals are unable to act other than in their own defense, which might stop the shift.
It's not going to stop the shift, but it will probably stop someone from attacking.
Right. I don't think I can scare the dog, though. I think I can scare the child.
I think you can use Dread Gaze on animals if I do remember correctly. I will allow it for the sake of this, and I'll double check on that.
Because obviously the dog is the bigger threat in his eyes right now, and then we have to worry about the fucking other girl showing up at some point. But would that be
a lot of damage because they're annoying?
Yeah. Would that be an action, or would that be like the prelude to an action? Considering it's just a look.
It is definitely a look. Does it say anything about like maintaining the gaze or something like that?
Briefly exposing their vampiric nature.
Okay, so you're just kind of you're doing a flash of it.
Yeah. Because I figure that would lead into a hell of an attack.
Yeah,
like an imposing thing.
If you would like to do that and then an attack afterwards, I will allow it, because it's something that's kind of, it just goes off.
Because since Vanessa's going for the girl, then Jackson might probably try to deal with the dog.
Sure. Okay. That can happen. What?
Considering she's patting the dog.
Yeah.
Well, she's done patting the dog, but what is Fitz and VW doing?
I don't know. Fucking sense the
Don't forget we're here.
Sense the unseen.
Okay.
To try and
say if there's a whole pack around you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeez Louise.
Okay, so that'll be is that gonna be all that you're gonna be doing?
And probably get some sort of well-meaning item that I can use to defend myself, because I don't have a weapon. Like a branch, tree trunk, something like that.
Okay, got like some
Rock.
sort of improvised weapon. Sure. I will allow that. So that's gonna definitely go in the everything else category.
Just for clarification, this is straight up a wolf, not a magical wolf.
This is a wolf.
Just a wolf.
It's just a wolf. Yes.
Okay.
So it has
You can
significantly
make werewolves
less.
in many ways.
You can make werewolves in many ways. It has significantly not as dangerous stats. They're still dangerous, but not as dangerous.
Okay.
Well, I was gonna say someone could grapple the child, but my
You wanna
my
grapple the
strength and
child?
brawl is a one.
You
Well,
can
my
grab-
strength and brawl is a 1, so
You can
I
always
could
grapple.
try.
You can grapple the child with your teeth.
fine.
So.
Mm.
So I will say one thing, and Vanessa, you know this. I don't know if you talked to everybody else about the types of beasties that Jem disclosed, but you will know.
Probably mentioned on the long ass ride.
You will know that
A few brief
werewolves
things.
will take half damage from anything that is not silver or fire.
We don't like fire.
So you just punching it is going to automatically do half damage than it will with the silver dagger, which will do aggravated damage. The other way to do aggravated damage automatically is to do a bite attack, and that will do an automatic 2 aggravated health damage.
I mean, then
But
I could.
but then you are getting filthy werewolf blood in your mouth, which
Yeah,
may be a
and
good
But
or bad
also,
thing.
Julian, I have lethal body activated, so it now does aggravated damage.
Okay, so that's good.
I mean, I'm at hunger 1. I mean, I guess I could try to grapple and bite this girl. Like, I don't know. That's
You
also
said, but
ignores
you're
one
also
level of
fighting against your fucking thing.
This is
well,
also
I'm not
a little.
planning on.
This is also a little girl who's saying, "Hey, I gave you the option to leave me alone."
Yeah, I'm like not gonna kill her. I'm just grappling her, bro.
Yeah, you're not killing her. I'll kill her.
I'm gonna, then you like bite the neck and make her go limp and shit, like I'm just.
Okay, so you are planning on grappling with your teeth.
Yeah, I feel like that's the best thing I can do right now.
Okay, cool. So let's go first. So this is round 1. Jackson, I think you should go first.
Makes sense.
Yeah, stun the big dog.
So I have to do a rouse check for it to even
pop
pop
off. Okay, so do that rouse check first.
Okay, I succeeded for once.
You do not get hungrier.
Right. It's my charisma and presence versus the wolf's composure and resolve.
Composure and resolve. Okay, let's see here. Okay.
Just drinking all the kinds of blood.
Okay, so sorry, I'm just trying to. This is gonna take me just as long as you guys.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a sheet for this.
Right.
All right, so. So that's not great. So go ahead and roll first.
Oh, I don't want to roll first. All right. 3.
Okay.
You did it.
Beat him by 1, and that was
Okay.
actually surprisingly good for him. Okay, so
Yeah. So that's a win. Is this technically a mortal?
it is a mortal wolf.
It runs in fear.
Okay.
Shit, that's the end of that.
Bye, Dad.
That's why I asked if it was a magical wolf, because it was
No.
like, it would put up more of a fight. Otherwise, now I
It's-
feel bad.
It's okay. How long does it run in fear for?
It runs in fear. That's all. It says duration 1 turn, but
Okay. So it runs off for the turn, and it'll come back the next turn. Okay.
Yeah.
So Jackson,
Just banish it.
describe how you glare this wolf down, this big huge black wolf down.
I mean, I figure it's kind of like that scary Bilbo moment in Fellowship of the Ring, where like all of a sudden his teeth just like fucking come out, and it gets especially. I mean, you can fucking yell at a dog and scare it; it's not hard. But he kind of just descends toward
Wolves are
this
a little
thing.
tougher, but
Yeah, he lurches toward it with his fucking fangies out, and the wolf it pisses in its little wolf pants and runs away.
wolf pants.
It'll.
But now I got nothing to attack. I guess I'll hit the girl.
Yeah, it definitely skitters back into the brush briefly. Ears pinned back. It's still snapping and growling, but it definitely looks scared.
Yeah.
For sure.
So can I then shift my attack to the girl instead?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Let me double check the fucking physical combat thing here.
Sure.
Because a bite is the only good thing against this if we don't have a silver or something.
No, but
Or fire.
I will. What color did your ring turn to, Jackson? Is it like rainbow?
Oh Christ! I think it is.
Pink opal or some shit.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
Rainbow. Yeah.
It was like
Someone has
opalescent.
silver.
Yeah,
Does it have silver?
Hmm.
Oh,
Someone
mine's
has
silver.
Yours is silver. God damn it.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. I was like, what metal did it turn to?
Oh, I did change metals. I forgot. But a bite is it gets through its resistance.
It essentially it will cause aggravated damage. However, you will be putting the werewolf blood into your mouth,
Which is not fun.
It's not good.
I heard that was like kind of cool though.
It is if you can.
if you can handle
survive.
it.
Yeah, it's.
What constitutes handling it?
Well, hold on. Let me pull it back up, and that's
Please.
why I was wary about doing it because I was like, it's not.
Yeah, because it's gonna be under for the race with the werewolf.
Yeah.
That's why I
'cause
saw
had
it, yeah.
But then I closed
Yeah.
it. So
It means
when
you're
we
gonna have to
feast-
resist a frenzy.
Yeah, so it's gonna slake to hunger, but then it's like we're more susceptible to a frenzy.
Frenzies.
Yeah, every point of hunger slaked increases the difficulty to resist the frenzy, and then we're paranoid and short temper as long as it remains in our system.
Which
Oh, this is actually perfect because this is leading to potential remorse if I get out of this. If I lose control. So yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna bite this little girl.
And it's good that I can stop a frenzy.
Oh, good. There you go. Hey, teamwork.
Let's all go into a frenzy. Fuck it.
There you go.
No, I can only stop one. No.
But yeah, he's gonna like freak this fucking dog out and make it run away, and he's just gonna kind of turn to this child who he's already pissed at for killing the person that they were going to talk to and thus wasting a car ride, and B,
gas
for fucking making him run in heels.
You're wearing heels?
Man's wearing
Well,
heels.
they're fashionable boot. They're like Tim's.
Tiny heel.
Tim's.
Yeah, but he's gonna look at this girl and just like, with just venom dripping from his words, just say, "Some father you have there," and he's gonna reach in and bite.
Okay, so this is where it's gonna.
This is gonna suck because I'm just gonna fail.
Yeah, maybe we don't know. She might roll really badly.
I have one die, so
That's how it's going today.
unless it could be Dex.
Well, what you need to do is that you need to do a brawl-based attack.
Oh, joke's on everyone. I can stop my own frenzy, not anyone else's.
So
Whoops.
that's gonna be a strength and a brawl.
Fuck's
Is what I'm
sake.
gonna need from you, and
Okay.
it's gonna be against her strength.
Great.
Well, she's in her war form.
Do I get any bonuses for that fun line?
I will say she cannot, I want to say that she is not going to resist because she is in the middle of transforming. So I would say I will allow it if this is something that you want to do.
Very
just
much
just gotta pop off at least one success there.
One die coming up. Hey!
Okay, cool. So you go ahead and you bite down, and I will say the blood that hits your tongue, it feels like fire, but fun fire, not the scary kind that makes you run away in fear. And you clamp down hard. So what basically happens that on a win, you can either do a declare a call shot or do the grapple. You did the grapple thing.
Wait a second, Julian. I don't think I got a messy crit before, because I rolled a 10 and then a 5 for my hunger.
But you got
It said green. It showed
it
green
was
twice.
green on both.
Yeah.
Which means that you got
Which
an
means
ace
you got a
on
crit
both.
on both.
If you get 2 10s and one of them is a hunger die, it's a messy critical.
It's a messy critical, yeah.
Okay, I didn't understand that. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, if you were to get just a critical on the regular dice and not the hunger die, then it would just be a regular critical and not a messy critical. So what you do is you lodge your fangs into the victim, and you treat the foe as grappled and dealing them exactly 2 aggravated health damage despite the margin of successes or the damage modifier. So basically that either means really good for someone like you who would in any other normal circumstance you wouldn't do any damage, but for someone like Vanessa who might do more damage than that, that wouldn't necessarily help her.
It's a magic missile. It's reliable, but it's not very good.
Yeah, if you can hit.
Yeah.
So she can escape on her next turn. And then do you feed? No. Or are you just letting the blood pool out of your
Just
mouth?
hold her there like a dog, you know.
Oh, let's feed. Why not?
Feeding does 1 point of aggravated health damage per turn as well.
Hey!
So
Have fun.
To her, yes?
to her, yes.
Okay.
Oh, so that's interesting. If you feed against a vampire target, it increases your hunger. Okay, so, lupine blood is very potent. A simple sip will slake 2 hunger from it, so that will bring you down there.
Does that bring me down to 0?
No. You must kill to bring anything down to 0, and if you were to drain a werewolf, it would reduce hunger for 2 vampires.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
They got a lot of blood.
if they share the kill. However, supernatural blood. We'll get into that. In a moment. Every point of hunger slaked with werewolf blood increases the difficulty to resist frenzy by 1. So, please.
So I only slaked 1 point.
You know, one sip slakes 2.
Even though I can't take it down by 2?
Oh, no. If you only have 2...
I was at 2 hunger, so I could only
Jackson's
go down
only at
to
2.
1.
Okay. So what I need you to do is on Jackson's sheet, somewhere probably in the... probably just somewhere on your sheet or on the conga, I need you to put a -1 towards resisting frenzy.
Okay.
From now on.
You can put in your merits and flaws on the.
I'm just gonna put it right above the frenzy button because I don't have anything in resonance right now.
Sure. Lupine blood mixes animal with caloric resonances, usually very intensely. Alchemists prize it, but we don't have to worry about that until VW wants to take a crack at it. So. That is Jackson's turn.
So is that technically I did 3 damage?
You did 3 damage.
Aggravated.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's more than I thought I was going to do tonight, so you guys can clean up.
Yeah. Who is up next?
I can go.
Okay.
I won't go.
So you're using your potence, right?
Yeah. It's passive, so it's whenever. It's just that I have it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just me.
Okay. And then you already did your rouse check for that, right?
It costs nothing.
Okay, it's free. Okay, sure thing. Roll to do the hit. You're doing a brawl, so it's.
I am not gonna demolish this. I'm probably gonna have some choice words with the hunt when I hand over the proof
Sure.
about children killing, but proof.
It's gonna be proof. Okay, so what I'm gonna need from you is you're doing
2 dice. I don't have 2 dice to use because of the rebellion.
Oh. Okay. So basically what's going to happen is that maybe you get too caught up in your head about wanting to hit and being like, should I hit? This is a little girl. This little girl's a bitch. I can't believe I was set up to do this. Did they know that? And you kind of go in this brain frenzy. Not an actual frenzy, but you definitely like get
fighting with the beast.
Yeah, you're fighting with the beast, being like, really? For reals? And the beast is like, realsies.
I can do it.
And you're paused there. So there's that.
It's just -2 dice.
Yeah.
So I'll just sap away a couple of dice from Brawl for it.
You could give yourself a -2 modifier.
Yeah, because if you're gonna do a brawl, it's just gonna be strength plus brawl for an unarmed attack, and then dexterity plus melee if you're gonna use a one-handed weapon.
And 1. So it's not too great.
Okay, so you're gonna do that.
Does grappled do anything to her resistance?
She might be able to kind of dodge out of the way. Yeah, she can still jerk her head out of the way.
Preventing them from
attacking until
engaging other opponents, yeah.
Yeah, but she can still dodge.
So she can only act against me currently.
Right now, yeah.
Act against,
yeah. Okay, she very easily whiffs. You whiff again, and the beast is like,
Vanessa's like, shut up so I can actually do it.
Moving on. Who's up next? I believe it's VW.
I can smell the fear of cowering prey.
And something lesser than you.
I mean, the wolf is
like-
out there if you want to
Well,
go get
I'm
him.
just saying, I can probably figure out where Abigail is.
You just bite Jackson instead.
You
Yeah,
get confused, you bite Jackson.
I'm just saying, I can probably find Abigail. I don't know, man.
Do you
I
have
don't know if
sense-
she's cowering or if she's stalking.
Well, no, I
do
have.
you have
heightened
sense the
senses.
unseen?
No, I do not have sense the unseen.
I'm going to
think
say
it's-
that the reason why you and Vanessa did not stumble upon her on your way in here is for a very disciplined reason.
She has
Okay.
blink.
Okay.
This is something different from Blink that she's using.
Well, she also can use
Misty Step.
Yeah.
Misty Step.
Also.
This is not D&D, guys.
It is definitely an obfuscate skill.
Yeah, probably she has some sort
Oh,
of
she has blur.
some sort of a silence of death, or perhaps, or something of the like.
Mm-hmm.
Then I guess I'll just run after the dog, man.
So you're gonna go after the dog.
Good luck.
Yeah,
Wolf.
because anything I do will probably impede Jackson more than help Jackson. So.
Yeah, I didn't mean to take your
No, you're
grapple.
good.
It's
You're
just
good.
that the dog ran away from me.
Someone was gonna have to, so.
I mean, all of you guys can just bite on the werewolf child. It'll just be you'll kill her before Vanessa can, and then Vanessa will be really mad.
Yeah,
Well, there's
that's why
another
I-
one for Vanessa to kill. It's fine.
You have to find her first.
All right, so
Or kill the wolf and then bring it back and say, this wolf whelped two
Oh
werewolves.
no, I
You
think
just gotta trust
they
me."
might do a lick test and be like,
lick
that's just a dog.
But can't you
This is
smell
a
that it's
nasty
fucked a
dragon.
human?
it was in a okay.
I hate it here.
Again, so there's three forms for werewolves: human, wolf form, and werewolf form. If you
But
go
this
into
is a
wolf
wolf.
form, you can have a fun time with a wolf, and then you can produce werewolf children.
Okay, so you're saying a wolf slept with this wolf.
Yes.
A werewolf wolf slept with the wolf.
Yes.
Why can't we just have a Loki moment? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, you can. Are you? What kind of attack are we doing to the wolf here?
As far as I know, it's running away. So why don't I just find a nice stick as I'm running towards it and do a little stabby stab?
Well, you got your funny little.
You can just
blade.
pull a classic cane and pick up a rock.
I will tell you that that the blade will the ring will do you better. It'll give it's light piercing.
I was thinking it was like thumbtacky, you know.
It's
That can't
enough to
hurt.
get a slash in. I'll say that. It gives you
Alright.
basically it gives you +2
Just a little Zacto knife.
to attacks.
All right, we'll just go after it and try and stop it from running away.
Okay. Please roll for me a dexterity and melee for a one-handed attack. And then
Having a great time with
Having a
-2.
good time. And you said that was a +2 with the ring?
I had
Yes.
6 dice.
Having a good time. Okay, I'm not totally useless today. Okay.
That's okay. That wasn't a mess. That wasn't
Just
critical.
one.
Okay, let me see if bad homeboy. Okay, he dodges out of the way, so you whiff that.
Ooh, look at that
All
dodge.
lifting today.
They're
Well,
good.
I'm Angie. That's why I'm missing with my 6 freaking dice.
Yeah.
Turned to 4.
So you whiff, unfortunately. So sorry. Fitz,
Yeah.
you are
Fine.
going to be using a discipline, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna use what's it called? Sense the unseen.
Sense the unseen.
This is
Okay.
whenever there's something supernatural hiding in plain sight, the storyteller makes a hidden roll of wits plus aspects
wagers?
against a difficulty they choose. Against an entity actively trying to stay hidden, a storyteller can call for a blind roll as a contest against the target's relevant pool. For example, detecting a vampire using obfuscate would be a roll of wits plus aspects versus wits plus obfuscate. If a vampire actively searches for a hidden supernatural entity, they roll resolve plus aspects.
Please roll resolve plus aspects. Is it? Do you need to do a rouse check for it?
No, it's free.
Okie dokie.
Tis free.
Those first ones are always free.
Thank you.
Woo!
you.
All
That
right.
says
Where is Abigail?
Where is
How was
Abigail?
Abigail? Scared?
You Fitz, you get a sense of the area, and you try to suss out of whether or not there is a pack, because typically wolves and packs are a thing, right?
I guess so.
And you do definitely you get a strong ping of somebody else in your immediate vicinity. In fact, behind you, and you will kind of turn to look into the brush. And while your eyes don't see anything, you see a rather much...
mind's eye.
You see in basically your mind's eye, yeah. You see a much smaller humanoid, yet not, figure curled up, almost as if bent over, hugging its knees, staying perfectly still, making no sounds. For mechanical purposes, Abigail is using Cloak of Shadows to stay as still as humanly possible. And you can kind of see her ears are thrown back, and she looks, for the lack of a better explanation, mortified.
Okay.
If she's prone, you have advantage.
I'm going to walk very carefully towards her.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take a knee before her and put my finger right in front of my face like this.
Okay. You get close enough to the brush, and you see this werewolf, literally tawny colored, holding its knees as tightly as possible, and then gold eyes kind of flash and see you as you do this. Roll for me your best social stat, and are you better at persuasion or you probably would be persuasion or animal ken, but I don't think you have that.
No.
Animal handling.
I'll do persuasion, composure.
Okay. Yeah.
Persuasion.
Because even as you're kneeling down, this thing is so much bigger than you. Okay.
That's 3 successes again.
Okay. You do this, and the eyes kind of go from the pupils go from like pinpricks to, and they kind of dilate a little bit. She does not attempt to speak towards you, but you get the sense that she is doing what you said by not saying anything and not doing anything.
I will look over my shoulder towards where the fighting is happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll gesture in a direction that is the opposite of the fighting.
Okay. You do that, and she very quickly I'll say like she kind of like tips her head off towards Mary and presumably her father, and she kind of makes a profound whining noise before turning and running off into the woods.
Before she runs off, he will probably say, they are facing judgment for what they've done. You haven't done anything wrong, have you?
You don't know whether or not she's done anything wrong, but you can assume perhaps
the fact that she's not fighting us right now means that she doesn't have it in her to defend what she's done. If she has done something wrong, she's hiding.
She clearly
I think the worst thing she's done is kill a cow. I think that's what we.
But
she clearly doesn't want to hurt people.
Fitz wouldn't know that. But the fact is that the scenario that's happening right now, if she was like her family, she'd be attacking right now. But she does not have it in her to attack, which implies that she has some sort of guilt or she doesn't have it in her to kill other people. So. In that's what's informing Fitz of his his comment.
They are facing judgment for what they did wrong. If you did not do anything wrong, then you should leave. Or face judgment as well.
I can fucking dig it. That's awesome.
I'm like gonna cry. I love it.
That's so cool.
And then we go back to her.
That's a total paladin move. That's awesome.
That's a very paladin move. I definitely will say that, yeah, that's probably when she looks towards her sister and presumably her father before she books it into the night. And that, I would like to say that the wolf does something, but the wolf is scared.
I did it.
Run.
That's my turn.
That is your turn. And we go to top of the round.
Guess he was the first one to eliminate a combatant.
Wow. We can go back to the slaughterhouse to make sure she's okay.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, we can go have a talk with her after.
Yeah, and I can go talk to her human dad and maybe get some points for my celery, right?
It's already 8 o'clock.
Later.
It's already 8 o'clock.
Next time.
Later. Details.
We can spend another day at the B&B. Money's not an issue.
No, Caleb's coming next time, so we need to hurry.
Saying those are details that we can have.
Details.
We need to
All
say
right,
it
top of
happened.
the round then. Top of the round.
Top of the round. I will say that Mary had completed her transformation. So now she's gonna get a +3 to all her physical hits.
I'm
now.
Cool, I got a -2.
Like, honestly, I'm doing stuff that's within my power that I know I can do, so, like...
It's awesome.
You got rid of one of the werewolves that was already gone through the transformation, so...
If there was anybody to seduce, I'd be right on it, but...
You can go talk to that wolf over there, but...
Seduce
If
Dad
we
if you want.
were gonna talk our way out of this, I'd be on it too, but
That's the thing, yeah.
Vanessa's not in the mood for talking.
So...
Jackson's
By a car,
blood
I
is
can hit
up.
him
He
with
just
a
had to
car.
run.
What I will say, the intentions of the NPCs, the wolf is going to recover from it being scared, and it is going to lash out towards the person who tried to hit it, and that's going to be VW, and Mary is going to try to fling Jackson off of her and beat the living shit out of him.
Hell yeah, dude.
Nice.
She's gonna succeed.
So,
But I got some of her blood, so who's laughing now?
You did get some of her blood, and now you can go into frenzies, and it's super fun. Okay.
While you're getting beat, just go into a frenzy. You win, and we all have to run.
That's the thing, yeah. Put me in a frenzy, let me kill the dog, everybody run.
I can pick up at least one person and run off.
Let's see.
Okay. Okay, so if we're gonna kind of go with the same order, Jackson, you may continue biting without the called shot penalty to the bite attack pool.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So you can continue biting if you so choose.
Oh, I can just do it?
Yeah. So basically,
Oh,
I
you're
can
already
proc
on.
the damage again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna keep fucking biting, dude.
But unfortunately now she can resist you.
Bitch.
So what again? I'm going to.
Yeah, that's what the beast said.
So
that
this
she
is
was.
strength plus brawl. So I think this is.
Oh,
Gonna
no,
be,
Jackson's your beast.
This is gonna be very fun.
No, Jackson's my nightmare.
Are you doing anything before your action, or do you have any other?
I don't think there's anything else quippy that I can do besides just continue to bite this
Without your
idiot.
mouth full.
Wait, can I make this a lingering kiss?
You are feeding off of. You're gonna do this to a little girl. That's bad. Trigger warnings.
Well, that's not what I didn't mean it. Oh, because yeah, I guess it's inherently sexual, so I didn't mean it that way.
Yeah.
Awe is not gonna help. I don't think I could do dread gaze while I'm like over her shoulder, draining her of blood. I'm just
Make
gonna
eye
bite.
contact.
You would just do it to probably the wolf again because she can't see your eyes.
Gotcha. Oh, so you know what? If I am allowed to do dread gaze again, I will try to say like, sit the fuck down, wolf, so it doesn't attack VW.
It runs further away.
Sure.
Try.
So that just cost me a rouse. Okay, I'm good.
Good. What am I gonna roll
The
again?
dog goes further away. Can't
Alright.
wait.
I know, I'm just gonna keep chasing this dog. Like, where'd everyone else go? Oh,
So Jackson and VW are friends now. So
You feed from each other once, and now you're friends.
Mm-hmm.
we we actually have lovely conversations like he was trying to have with Fitz.
Wow.
What?
Dude. Okay, so the wolf got 0 successes. Do wolves get willpower? I don't think they do. Oh, they do have willpower.
This is bullshit.
Oh.
Beat a 3, bitch.
All right, roll.
Beat a 3 with 2.
Nope. All right, you scare him
Now,
again.
does that count as a critical because it was 2 above the threshold, or does it literally have to be a critical?
A critical, you need to have 2 10s.
It has to be 2 10. It's not like a threshold above.
Yeah, it must be 2
Okay.
10s for it to be considered a critical. Whether